evening here at Maxwell Field in Ulysses as week 4 of high school football tonight, and it is the Scott City Beavers here on the road in Ulysses for the first time in 3 years, taking on the Tigers. I'm Adam Kadavy, alongside me Tim McGonigal tonight. Scott City and Ulysses will meet up for the 75th time in series history. And last week, Scott City is 2-1 on the year. They improved to 2-1 after a 29-7 win over the Hoisington Cardinals in a game that they pretty much dominated from the word go, controlled the tempo, and set the tone for the whole night despite not scoring on their opening drive. And for the Ulysses Tigers, they have really fallen on some hard times as of late. They are 0-3 on the year and have not won a game in over 2 years. In fact, they're coming in with a 20-game losing streak. They were blasted at Holcomb last Friday night, 42-16. Well, Tim, here we are, week 4, and it's been a while since we've faced Ulysses, so it's kind of like learning a brand new team all over again.
Well, it's still a homecoming of sorts, although, I played on this field, I competed on this track, and it's fun to be here again, and their field is outstanding. Their track is outstanding. They have a new concession stand down here on the south end where the team also goes in. I mean, they're really trying to do some fun things here, except the team isn't keeping up with what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, they've struggled, and you mentioned about new stuff. Well, the old concession stand and restrooms, that's the visiting team locker room now right behind us.
That's correct, yeah.
So they don't have to trek across a couple miles. So,
yeah.
So here we are, but tonight you have two teams coming on the opposite end of the spectrum here, and for Ulysses, they're just trying to kind of weather some storms. A young team now, some things happened, and some players that aren't on the field that they thought they were going to have week 1. For Scott City, they've had their injuries, but they're starting to kind of get a little bit healthier as we get forward through the season.
Well, let's hope so. I think this is a game that is very winnable for Scott City. I'm just not sure about Ulysses. I would think that we could defeat Ulysses when you look at the track record of what's gone on here this year just alone. But we're going to find out in a little bit. Scott City needs to not be so low and maintain their high. That's, I don't know how quite to put that, but
I kind of agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we are with a beautiful night here. A little warm, but it's not too bad overall. Some of the shade starting to set on the field here in Ulysses here for a 7 o'clock. A kickoff. We're 26 minutes away from kickoff. We'll return here in 3 minutes, and when we do come back, we're going to get comments from head coach Jim Turner and also have a breakdown of this matchup and get you set up for tonight's 75th edition, Scott City and Ulysses. Back in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver football.
After your purchase, stop in and speak with Jesus, David, or Jeff, and let them get you in an award-winning Ram truck today. Lot Motors, your largest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck dealer in all of western Kansas, and located under the Great American Flag in Dodge City.
Welcome back to Maxwell Field and Ulysses. Adam Kadavy with you here on Mix 94.5. Your pregame interview is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with you and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Jim Turner here in the pregame, and thanks again for joining me here this evening. It was a good win for you guys last week against the Hoisington Cardinals, a team that's still pretty good, even though they've had a lot of big injuries early on. But you guys really kind of set the tone the opening drive and won 29-7 over a good Hoisington team. Looking back, I think you had to be pretty happy about how you guys were able to kind of put together the ball game and the victory last week.
Yeah, probably mostly because of the week before, at Ray, when we just didn't feel like we showed up at all. And so I'm really pleased and proud of the guys for coming out and playing hard and, kind of turning the corner a little bit in that regards. But, still plenty of stuff to clean up, which is, normal week 3. We just got to keep working to get better each day.
Offensively, you guys were able to put together a pretty balanced attack, over 400 yards of offense, a season high for you guys. But, going down the stretch here, how big was your vertical game to kind of open things up for more with your long pass to Alex Tarango, and then right before halftime to Jackson Rumford with that bomb?
Yeah, we haven't probably connected on the long ones a lot, and we hit the short routes quite a bit, so that was a good change, and that's probably why they were open too. I think we ran a chair route with Alex there and got him wide open, and Camden hit him, and then the other one with Jackson. We just missed a couple other long ones, another one to Alex just out of his reach, and then one to Kevin we just didn't catch. So, the long passes were definitely in the air there the other night. So, I think the run, if you can run the ball, which we did pretty well, it helps set that up too.
Defensively, you're going to give up some yards to Hoisington on the ground. They're a pretty good run team there, but you're able to limit them to just, I think, 1 of 9 or 1 of 10 passing overall. I think there were some good things that you guys were able to do throughout and stopping what they want to do.
Yeah, we blew some coverage, and they should have had a couple more completions. They just didn't hit them. But overall, other than the first drive of the second half, I was pretty pleased with the defense because, we gave up a play here or there, but nothing consistently except for that drive.
Once again, Coach Jim Turner joining me here pregame tonight. Scott City takes on Ulysses, a team that's really struggled here over the last couple of seasons, and they've had a little bit of turmoil in the first part of the season. Don't have some of the players they were expecting to have throughout the year, but still they'll start a freshman quarterback. They'll start a lot of young kids across the board. But what do you see with Ulysses here on film as you prepare for them here tonight?
Well, they're going to really make you think on defense because they're going to line up in a lot of different formations, some formations that we obviously practice against this week, but we don't see a lot. So we got to line up correctly and, not putting ourselves in a bad position by lining up incorrectly on the wrong side of the field or, with the wrong personnel in the wrong spot. So, that for me, the defense, that's the big thing. We've got to be on top of things with our ideas of alignment recognition and technique. We got to get our alignment first and our responsibilities down.
A team it's 0-3 like Ulysses, and they really haven't been a part of any ball game competitive-wise this year. How tough is it to not try to overlook them?
Well, I think we found out 2 weeks ago that we can't just show up. And we definitely we don't want to leave them in the game and let them hang around and start thinking they got a chance. We got to come out and get with it and hurry and put it on them. So that's our goal tonight, is start fast and move the ball and play good defense.
I guess some of the good thing about it as well, it's a similar defense to what you saw 2 weeks ago at Ray. They'll run a 4-3, and you don't see much 4-3 around anymore. But what do you feel like that you can do the most to kind of exploit their defense?
Oh, I think Coach Gentry's got a lot of things in mind. I think and it kind of depends. Sometimes they line up their defensive ends outside of our tight end and our wingbacks, which leaves the base open wide underneath. So it kind of depends what they give us. But I think there's a lot of options. The 4-3 is always kind of made for some inside G's and stuff like that. With only one linebacker sitting in the middle of it. So they also play their outside guys really tight. So they're getting off the edge. Hopefully we can get off the edge really quick tonight too. A lot of possibilities really by what we've seen on film.
Special teams, I thought last week was a good step in the right direction. I know you hit 1 out of 2 field goals there, and I had one blocked off a kind of a tough snap there. But overall, I think you had to like what you saw from your kickoff coverage team and kind of stay in assignment sound.
Yeah, we didn't kick the ball consistently as far as the kickoff. We had a couple really good ones and a couple not as good, but the coverage was much better getting down the field. So, definitely like that. that because we've had our moments of not good, poor coverage last year and this year. So it was really good to see some guys flying down there, which I don't know if we've seen in a number of games, including last year.
Coach Jim Turner here joining me pregame tonight. Scott City takes on Ulysses for the first time in 3 years. And, Coach, thanks for the time as always, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver Coach Jim Turner. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz and Scott City and Leota. We have more to come in your pregame show. I'll have a breakdown of the matchups, starters, keys of the game, and the kickoff after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football.
The Scott Recreation Commission invites you to come get fit in their fitness center, no matter what your focus is. The Scott Recreation Commission.
Western State Bank, Backyard Blooms and Garden Center, LLC, Spray Foamit, LLC, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Red Barn Enterprises is proud to offer Meristem crop performance products, including Upshift C and Revline hopper throttle. These innovative products help reduce fertilizer waste and boost your crop's performance, ensuring healthier plants and better yields. Committed to our community, we proudly support Scott County Athletics. Choose Red Barn Enterprises and Meristem crop performance products to enhance your farm's efficiency.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
BBN is brought to you by Lone Tree Farms, J&R, Nextech Wireless, Pioneer Communications, S&T, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank,
us and Ulysses, we've been around the longest. You know, like you said, this is the 75th time we've played in football.
Yeah.
We haven't played anybody else that long.
Nope.
Holcomb is a, 20-year, 25-year maybe
Something
deal?
like that, yeah.
But I get it. The kids, it's the kids nowadays in school. Holcomb is their rival.
Oh, for sure. Well, let's bring it here to Ulysses here tonight, and they are coached by Cade Albert in his third season. He has coached 4 years overall. He was 3-6 in 1 year at Harrington. That was an 8-man program, but he was an assistant the year before at Cimarron. Did not actually have to coach against Scott City in 2018 and 2019 when he was at Cimarron under a good friend of ours, Coach Greg Koenig there at the time. But he went to Harrington for a year, and then the Ulysses job opened. He took that in 22, and so this is Cade's first time coaching against Scott City. I know he's kind of had some tough string of luck here. Won his very first game against Colby 2 years ago, but they've been close a couple of times. They played Chanute in week 4, pretty tough a year ago, lost 20-8, but after that it's been kind of pretty tough sledding. But it feels like, in a way, maybe it feels like every year they are, just kind of starting over again.
Well, I read a book years ago, Adam, and it says nobody is any good at anything until you've done it for 10,000 hours. So there's 2,000 hours a year that you're going to work, 5 years of that, and then you're going to be good at what your job is. Same goes with coaching. This guy here in Ulysses has not been a head coach. This is his first time. And you know what I'm talking about, man. I don't care. Broadcasting on the radio. Once you've done this for 5 years, you know what's going on. You're good at it.
My first ever games, I cringe, man.
Absolutely. My guy told me about an hour into the thing, he was going to throw me off the stadium the first time I broadcast because he thought I was horrible. Oh, yeah. So, I get it. And I really have started to believe that. So, this guy, this Cade Albert, that's his name. Hey, he'll continue to coach somewhere, and once he's put in 5 years of being a head coach, he'll get it, and he'll be a good coach. So maybe he'll be here for another couple of years, and then someday Ulysses is going to rise from just like the South.
Yep. Well, they're pretty young across the board. Tice Perez is a freshman quarterback that they'll start, and he is 34-73 for the air, 250 yards. He has rushed for a touchdown and has passed for a touchdown. He has 3 picks this year, but it's just kind of. He had a pretty decent day against Holcomb, a 16 of 28 for 101 yards passing last week. But boy, you talk about the prime spot where you don't want a whole lot of inexperience or a young kid, and that's the unfortunate case for Ulysses. But they do have Joel Guadarrama in the backfield. He has rushed for 140 yards this year. He's their leading receiver and their leading tackler. He's a pretty well-rounded, good athlete as a senior. Ulysses will like to spread you out, throw you in some different formations, but no seniors up across the front line. They go from 195 to 275. Their freshman, Lucas Morphus, stands at 275, and then Brody Britton at 255, and then they get a little smaller after that. But it'll be, one of those deals where it's kind of an inexperienced line as well, and they are big as well.
They are big. When we're in pregame, they're wearing them black jerseys and black pants, and I said, man, they look big. Well, that black makes you look bigger, I think, than. So I don't know. We'll see. Once the game really gets going, we'll have a handle on it as what the line play looks like. That's where the game is really going to be won, pretty much. Is at the line of scrimmage.
For sure. Well, on the others, Ulysses, they average just 7 points a game. They've only scored 3 touchdowns. 2 of those have been offensive touchdowns. They did have a pick 6 against Holcomb last week, a 53-yarder by Julian Mraz, and he has 2 interceptions this year. Ulysses on defense, they'll run a 4-3 look like Scott City saw at Ray 2 weeks ago. They have given up an average of 39 points a game and 395 yards of offense. Their losses, Colby 39-6, Hugoton 35-0, and Holcomb 42-16. Hugoton and Holcomb were on the road. For Scott City, it was one of those, I've mentioned it probably too many times, but it was a get-right game for them last week in their 29-7 win. I really thought they set the tone for the whole night on their opening drive, despite them not scoring on that.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Taking the ball, we kept the ball on the ground the entire way, and that was setting It's a physical thing. I know when you run the football, it's way more physical, and you're going out and you're attacking that defense. That's what Coach wanted. That's how the whole game got started. I think that's why we won.
We saw a little bit more of the run game from quarterback Camden Volgamore last week. He had 17 carries and a touchdown rush as well. He has 2 of those on the year. But we also saw Scott City connect on their vertical game a little bit more, and I think that's going to be big down the road, especially with the receivers that Scott City has with Alex Tarango, and you throw in Jackson Rumford, even Kevin Wiebe and Caden Couchman, and they're lined up, and when they go vertical, I think if you can get that vertical game going, that's going to open up a lot more things up front.
Well, absolutely, Adam. That way you're going to get cornerbacks, cornerback safeties backing up, and also linebackers. I think when we come down to the playoffs, Adam, you're never going to win a state championship in my mind unless you can throw the ball some. We do not have big people on the line of scrimmage to knock the other team back once we get in the play. Cheney, Andale, them people got huge lines. You got to throw some. Not all the time, but you got to throw some.
Well, and, offensive line, we had Griffin Edwards starting last week. He's made that transition from the backfield to line, and he really has done a good job. It's not an easy concept to pick up right away. When you've been a running back your whole career and now on the line, he's really kind of bought into the system and being that team player, setting up there at right tackle with the loss of once again, Trey Ryan, who's going to be out for a second straight week. But that was a good sight to see, and Scott City rolled up a season-best 438 yards, giving up 238. Only 10 of those through the air last week on defense. But I thought the linebackers flew to the football pretty well. Oscar Mendez and Easton Eisenhower, they combined for 20 tackles in that interior. And even the defensive ends were busy last week with Case Armendariz, who had 10 tackles, and Jackson Rumford, who had 11.
Well, when you said Griffin went to lineman, Larry Huck, back in the day, if he was unhappy with the running back, he'd tell him to go hang out with Bill Dreyer in the line play, and kind of get your mind right before you come back. So I love the idea that we've got a running back that's gone to lineman to play, and you say he's accepted it well. Yeah. I think that's awesome.
All right, well, we are going to go ahead and step aside for a timeout. We'll have starters and keys of the game. This break, this is Beaver football.
Need to make a change.
BBN is brought to you by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, Norder Supply Incorporated, Ag Management Services, Vogelmore Family Farms, White's Food Liner, Scott Community Foundation.
Toyota. Starting lineups, Jim Turner, the head coach, 64-22 in 9 years. He is perfect 6-0 against Ulysses in his head coaching career. At quarterback, it'll be the 170-pound senior Camden Volgamore. Kevin Wiebe and Caden Couchman, the juniors, are the halfbacks. The tailback is the 168-pound senior Kelton Cook. At wide receiver, in a second straight start there, it's going to be the 160-pound junior and Alex, or how about 160? Let's get a senior. How about that? 150-pound senior in Alex Tarango. Jackson Rumford, the future Wildcat, tight end. He had his first touchdown of the year last week as well at tight end. Reed Felker, his fourth straight start at center. The sophomore there. Emilio Contreras and Easton Eisenhower have been your guards for 4 straight games. Ryan Lotta, the left tackle. And the senior Griffin Edwards, the right tackle for Scott City. Pair of seniors are the bookends on the offensive line for a team. Scott City averaging 364 yards and 26 points through the first 3 games. For the Ulysses Tigers, giving up an average of 39 points and 395 yards of offense through 3 games. They will start Brody Britton and Lucas Morphus, 2 of the bigger defensive linemen that Scott City has faced so far this year. 255-pound juniors Britton, Morphus, a 275-pound freshman. Alex Hostetler and Austin Leva, a pair of sophomores at the defensive end spots. Joel Guadarrama, he is a 190-pound senior middle linebacker. He's the Mike linebacker. Jesus Miranda is your Sam linebacker. Stryker Berglund, a freshman, is your Will linebacker. And yes, he is 125 pounds and 5'4", but he had 7 tackles against Holcomb last week. Julian Mraz, a junior with 2 interceptions, is one corner. They're not particularly big corners. They're around 5'8" to 5'10" and 150 pounds. Parker Browning, a sophomore corner. Nick Martinez is your free safety. He's a senior. Caden Ledesma, a sophomore, at strong safety for the Ulysses Tigers. Those are your starting lineups, once again presented by Security State Bank. Let's move on here to our keys of the game, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout, where you can go with the proven winner.
Keys to the game tonight. Ulysses has lost 20 straight games, consecutive games. They only have 20% of their kids, boys, in the school out for football. Scott City needs to score quickly. Don't mess around. Don't give Ulysses hope that they can win this game. Take it away. Hope is what the Tigers need, but we need to take their hope away and do it quickly. That's my thought on keys to the game.
All right, so once again, your keys of the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. It's a mid-80s type of game here tonight here at Maxwell Field, around 85. The wind's not going to be a factor. It's about 8 to 10 miles per hour here from the northeast. Let's pause real quickly for station identification. This is Beaver football. He has spent 4 years as a head coach overall with 1 year at Harrington. He is a Hayes High graduate, class of 2013. So he is very familiar with Western Kansas football. And, of course, being at Cimarron and then for a couple of years and then here now at Ulysses, very familiar with the GWAC. So this is the only team other than Cimarron he has coached against in the GWAC.
Really?
Yeah. So Scott City in the road white uniforms. They debuted these uniforms 3 years ago on this field with the light blue numbers and letters, the Columbia blue, the dark blue trim, light blue helmets, light blue pants. Jackson Rumford to tee this off from the 40-yard line. Ulysses in their all-black uniforms. They have orange numbers and white trim, the white helmets, and the U with the tiger on the side decal. Here's Rumford's kick. It's an end-over kick. It's angled right. This is going to be returned by Moret. Nope, it won't be. He's in the end zone for a touchback, and that is Rumford's 3rd touchback of the year, and the Tigers will start at their own 20.
Nice kick. The breeze is kind of northeasty east. I'm not sure. I can see a flag over there on the elevator, and it's blowing a little more, so that's, what, 300 feet in the air?
Yeah.
As compared to this one over here at 20.
All right. Well, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, middle of the field. The Tigers will go to the north end zone here in the first 12 minutes of play. They will line up 3 receivers to the left, tight end to the right, one to the right of freshman quarterback Tice Perez. Oh, Scott City gets bid on the hard count right off the bat in a free 5. And Jake Eicher, our white hat tonight, makes a call. And that's something that Scott City's going to have to do better of down the stretch, is kind of cut down on those penalties.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. But first snap of the ball,
25-yard line, handoff play goes left side. Trying to bounce it out, but Scott City does surround it well. Ken Volgamore slows him down, and then that is about a gain of 2 at the 27-yard line for Joe Guadarrama. As I mentioned, he has a bulk of the carries, 50 coming in, so through the first 3 games, he's averaged 16 carries a ball game.
Yeah, this just looks nice sized for a varsity high school football team.
2nd and 2, though, mark it at the 28 left hash mark. 8 seconds off the clock. No score. 2 receivers to the right, tight end right side. 1 receiver to the short side. That's Curl. He is a freshman. And another hard count by Scott City. That's going to be giving Ulysses a 1st and 10 right off the bat there on 2 offsides penalties on the Beavers.
This quarterback for Ulysses is a freshman at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He doesn't. I was expecting someone smaller. Then he looks like a nice athlete.
Yes, he does. So fresh set of downs at the 33-yard line for the Tigers, left hash mark. It'll be a draw play up the middle, and this time swallowed up that time. Leading the charge was Emilio Contreras also in there. You had Caden Couchman among others. That is no gain on the play for Guadarrama. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, well, Scott City had that stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. It was like we had everybody in every hole possible, and then we did gang tackling on the kid with the ball. It was a real quick handoff right up the middle.
It'll be 3 receivers set to the short side of the field, tied in over the right side on 2nd and 10, 33-yard line, 1st minute of the ball game, no score. Low snap for Perez. He'll swing it out to left. The pass is going to be caught and outside, and a nice play for about a gain of about 4 to the 37. Goes Heddle. A tackle made by Peyton Bergner sets up a 3rd down and about 6.
Well, you know, they put 3 wide guys out here to our side of the field, and then they throw the ball to one of them, so you immediately have 2 blockers. Safety's way back a ways, and he's supposed to be guarding one of those guys. So really you have a 2-on-2 situation in blocking, and then you got the kid that catches the ball. But Scott did a good job of shutting that down pretty quickly.
Scott City's defense is 35% on 3rd down. A 2-by-2 set from the left hash mark. 3rd and 6, 37-yard line. Oh, the pulling guard. He got a little too antsy that time. Alvardo Moya, a 200-pound junior, and that's going to be 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. They'll be set up now 3rd and 11.
Well, that their own kid got fooled by the snap count.
Yep. He was just excited to go hit somebody.
Yeah, I think that's what the deal was. Let's get this game going.
Ball marked at the 32. Still in the left hash mark. 3rd and 11 for Ulysses here. 1st minute of this ball game. Ulysses does have 10 to snap, and they have yet to break the huddle as they run across here, or run to the line with 5. They may not get this off in time. 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be a delay of game before the snap. Or did we get the timeout beforehand? The answer is timeout, Ulysses. 11:06 first quarter. No score. 3rd and 11 when we come back after this break. This is Beaver football.
It's important.
Back here at Maxwell Field in Ulysses. Adam Kadavy with you here and also Tim McGonigal is 3rd down and 11 coming up. Football tonight presented by Winterland Farms, Wilkins Physical Therapy, White's Food Liner, Wheeling Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kids Insurance, Volgamore Family Farms, as well as Turner Sheet Metal. Well, that was a timeout taken by Ulysses. They took too much time in the huddle, and Coach Cade Albert was standing right by the side judge on their side of the field to burn that timeout as the play clock was running out. So we're back to action here, 3rd and 11. They'll switch it up. 2 receivers to the right, to the wide side of the field. Tight end left, a receiver left. Shotgun for Tice Perez, who's back to pass. Looking right now under duress. He has to scramble, roll his left. He'll just throw it out of bounds, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Nobody in the vicinity, but he got it across the line of scrimmage. He was out of the pocket. 4th down, and the Tigers will be punting for the first time.
I'm surprised he just didn't cut it upfield and run. Maybe he could outrun somebody, and maybe he couldn't.
Good question. He probably Well, saw a lot of white coming up his way, too.
A business decision to get rid of the ball. Okay.
All right, it is Jesus Miranda, who averages 31 yards a punt, standing at his own 16 to take the snap here from Alex Hosteller. Here's a kick. It's almost blocked. A wobbly kick. Trango deep to return. Oh, he lets it go, and it'll be down at the 36-yard line. That was very close to being touched by a up blocker by Scott City. On a punt, let's see, 14, 18, 32 yards.
Yeah, I thought the Scott City kid blocking right there in front of Tarango was going to touch the ball with his foot. Then it would have been anybody's ball.
So the Beavers will start off with great field position at their own 36-yard line with 10:51 here in the opening period. And no score. They'll line up in their pistol wing tee, the tight end, two tight end set. It'll be handoff, sweep play left side to Cashman. Turns it upfield, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Here goes Cashman down the left sideline, 20, 15, 10, 5. You can book it for 6. No flags. 10:40 to go first quarter. It's Scott City 6 and Ulysses nothing.
Ulysses wasn't even lined up, Adam. Their linebacker, they had made their huddle too far back. Linemen had got up and but the linebackers, they were 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. And Scott City went on a quick snap count. Maybe that's something they've seen on film. And, man, it was just like Ulysses wasn't even there.
Here's Jackson Rumford to kick the extra point out of the hold of Alex Tarango. We'll have offsides on that, so that'll blow the play dead. With 10:40 to go first quarter, if you're Coach Turner, you think about going for 2 maybe.
Nope. I think we need practice at kicking, period.
That run, 64 yards. Couchman can run 64 yards in 11 seconds.
There you go.
They're going to move it up half the distance to the goal to 1.5. So Jackson Rumford, who's 9 of 10 on the year from on PATs, out of the hole to Tarango. The snapper is Reed Felker. Good snap, placed down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is no good.
Say we need practice.
It's off to the right, but the Beavers draw first blood at 6-0. 10:40 to go first period of play. We'll kick it off in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
America is at work, from farms to construction sites to factories. Millions of people operate tractors and heavy equipment every day to help keep America strong and growing. When operating dump trucks or equipment with booms or other extensions, watch out for overhead electrical lines. Make sure there's adequate clearance, because coming in contact with those lines could result in a tragedy. For more safety information, visit weci.net and click on the Safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Back here at Maxwell Field in Ulysses, that one play, 64-yard drive in just 11 seconds. It was the first play of scrimmage for Scott City on the offensive side, and gets Catchman around the left side from 64 yards out, a career-long run. He now has 4 rushing touchdowns this year. The extra point was missed off to the right, and it's 6-0 Beavers just a minute 20 into this ball game. So back goes the defense onto the field. Deep to return for the Tigers. We'll have Nick Martinez and Julian Mraz. Here's a Rumford kick. It's a nice end-over kick and angled right, and Ulysses just lets it bounce as that one goes even further into the end zone, 5 yards deep, and back-to-back touchbacks for Rumford. It's just kind of like his golf swing there, hooking it a little bit to the right. Well, I mean, not a good swing, but it's a better swing with his leg than a golf swing. Right. That's what I mean. Yeah, 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
That'd be a slice.
Yeah, a slice, I guess.
Yeah. And that's a good place to put it in the corner there, Adam. So yes. I like where he's kicked it.
But the Ulysses kid is like, I'm not even going to try
this.
He
didn't. He said, I'm not even going to attempt to catch or chase that one.
All right, 20-yard line, 1st and 10 here for the Tigers, down 6-0. Their second series, they did get one first down thanks to a couple of offside penalties by the Beavers. Here's a carry right side, and this is going to go for a loss of 1 on the play. Easton Eisenhower on the tackle of the running back Joe Guardarama. He has 3 carries and 2 yards. 2nd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, that was just student body sweep to the right, to the east side of the field. And Scott City recognized it quickly, and it was a negative play, tackle for loss.
2nd and 11 coming up here. We're at the 10-12 mark of the first quarter, 6-0 Scott City. As Ulysses will split things out with 2 to the left, 2 to the Ulysses 2 to the left, 1 to the right, tight end right side. Or actually tight end left side, I beg your pardon. Shotgun setup, Scott City. Oh, they want to show an outside blitz, and an offside is going to be called. That's the third one already of this period for Scott City. Getting a little too excited there.
Yeah, we need a little more discipline.
That's
just not anticipate. Wait till the ball snaps.
It's one of those things you just got to watch the football, not hear the Cadens.
Exactly.
2nd and 6. And it'll be a handoff up the middle, and nice run as a flag comes out. Jackson Rumford on the tackle of Guadarrama at about the 26-yard line, 27 to be 3 yards shy of the first down, pinning the penalty.
Wow, it'll be a holding call.
That is correct.
And we saw enough of that last week.
Yep. Now this one is on Ulysses, and that'll be their second penalty for 15 yards, so that'll wipe out a 3-yard run for them and set up 2nd down and about 16 to go.
You know, last time when Ulysses had to punt on their series, we were really close at blocking that. And I wonder if this time, you know, I'm assuming we're going to hold them, and I wonder if we'll come after that punt.
Well, they give them a gain of 2 and then a 10-yard penalty, so 2nd and 14, 16-yard line, middle of the field. 9.5 to go first quarter, 6-0. 4 receiver set, twins to both sides. Here's Perez looking left on the pass. Pass is incomplete and getting a pawn at that time as they tried to go to Julian Mraz in the middle of the field. Easton Eisenhower, the sophomore linebacker, making his second straight start. 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Yeah, that ball was really thrown behind the receiver and at his feet. And Scott City kids had a better chance to catch that than the Ulysses receiver.
What I've noticed about Perez throwing the football, he's more of a side arm thrower.
Oh, yeah?
And so the throw is a little bit low.
Yeah, definitely.
3rd and 14, middle of the field, 16-yard line for Ulysses in their own territory. Shotgun set up with trips bunched to the left. They'll swing it out left to Guadarrama. He'll try to get to the outside, but a nice one-handed tackle for a 4-yard loss by Caden Couchman at the 11 or 12-yard line. And that one is a 3-and-out for the Scott City defense.
I'm going to block this punt.
We'll see here.
That's what I'm calling.
That was Guadarrama's 15th reception of the year as well. So 4th and 18. And Miranda standing at his own 1 to take the snap. High snap, and it's out into the end zone. He hangs on to it and gets knocked out of the back of the end zone by Camden Vogelmore. That's worth 2, and it's 8-0 Beavers with 8:46 to go first quarter.
Oh, maybe I just had the feeling something like that was going to happen. I don't know.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it went through his hands. He had to jump really high, the punter, and it went through his hands. He could have caught it because he had both hands on it, but it got through there, and then it was in the end zone, and him and a Beaver were chasing it down, and he got it thrown out the back end.
So with 8:46 to go first quarter, the Beavers add 2 more to their point total. We'll keep it right here. It is 8-0. As Scott City with the 2-pointer that time on the defense, or special teams, I guess you could call it defense. The football presented here tonight by Trophy Wine and Spirits, the Soloviev Foundation, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control, Specialty Risk Insurance Agency, Sharp Shooting Supply, Security State Bank, Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, also Scott County Abstract Title and Title Company, Scott Community Foundation, and Scott City Pharmacy Giftologist. Well, the Beavers are going to get the ball on a free kick here with 8:46 here in the first quarter, up 8-0. And they'll kick it from the 20-yard line left hash mark. It's Peyton Bergner, Caden Cashman, deep to return, standing at their own 25-yard line. Here's an end-over kick. This is going to be returned by Cashman at his own 30, up the middle, 35-40. 45 midfield, bounces. Oh, still stumbling and rumbling into the Tiger territory to the 44-yard line. Oh, he was an ankle tackle away from his second house call of the quarter.
It was. He played that really well. He didn't just take off at a dead-end sprint. He went up there slowly, watched for his blockers, and looked for the hole, and he found it, got into it. Somebody tripped him, and he still like you said, stumbling and bumbling along for another 7 yards.
Mark this at the 43 of Ulysses, left hash mark, 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff right side. This is to Wiebe. Kevin Wiebe bursting through the secondary, 30, 25, and he's drugged down to the 22-yard line on a 21-yard run. It was a tackle made by Joel Guadarrama, and it's a 1st and 10.
Well, Scott City had that unbalanced line to the right side of the field, and, we had a faked it to I love that. We faked to the fullback or halfback, and then we gave it to Wiebe coming out around the left side, right side, and that was a good-looking play. Good-looking blocking.
22-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff. This is Couchman left side. He'll try to bounce the outside. Ulysses defends it well, but Couchman gets the corner 10 and is pulled down inside the 10. A late flag. That's going to be a horse collar.
Yep.
And it's going to bring up 1st and goal at about the 2.5-yard line on a 17-yard run.
Couchman looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield. But them 3 guys could not run him down. And then he got to the sideline. That one then grabbed him by the back of the shoulder pads. And that is a no-no today. And so that'll be half the distance to the goal.
They'll mark this just inside the 3 into the Lewis Automotive red zone at the 2.5-yard line. 1st and goal with 8:07 to go first quarter. The Beavers are up 8-0 and looking to make this a 2-score game. Tarango split wide to the left. Tied in Rumford to the right at the 2-yard line. It'll be quarterback counter left side for Volgamore. Tried to dive in, and he does. Touchdown, Scott City. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, his 8th rushing touchdown of his career, and it's 14-0 with 8:02 to go first quarter.
Well, Volgamore that time, he took off he faked the handoff, and then he went around the left side, kind of a naked look. And he got over there, and there were 2 Tigers there going to tackle him, and then he dove. He dove right between them. Now, they tackled him, but he got that ball into the end. He kind of had it stuck out there away from his body some, but he got it, broke the plane, and touchdown. We're going for 2.
They're 0 for 1 on 2-point conversions this year from the 3. Handoff. This is Kelton Cook, and he finds his way into the end zone untouched. 16-0. 8:02 to go first quarter. The Beavers to kick off in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
Here, which means we are getting closer and closer to the colder weather. Before it turns cold, have your system serviced or checked by Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning in Scott City. If your furnace is on the fritz,
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Here to Ulysses tonight. You can view their new and pre-owned inventory on their lot at J&R Car and Truck Center in Scott City, also online at jrcarandtruck.com. A quick drive for Scott City. 3 plays, 43 yards after the safety, and the 27-yard return by Caden Catchman to the 43. It was a 44-second drive, a 2-yard run by Camden Volgamore, and Kelton Cook runs it in for 2 to make it 16-0 as Scott City doubles up the score on that series. Rumford 2 for 2.
Into the end zone.
Into the end zone. Let's see if he can chip one in for 3 for 3. And the answer is yes. With Rumford, who's a really good golfer, I got to use some golf turns with him once in a while.
Yeah, I wondered what you were doing earlier with that golf stuff.
All right, 20-yard line for a 3rd straight series for the Ulysses Tigers. The last time they had the ball, they had the offsides on Scott City in there. They had a holding, and then on 3rd down, they had a -4 swing pass, and then the safety about 8 yards deep in the end zone as Volgamore knocked him out of the back of the end zone, Jesus Miranda. So it's 20-yard line. They'll run tight end and a receiver to the right, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the left of Tice Perez, who has to keep it. Play fake, looking downfield, fires a jump ball, and it's going to be caught and misplay by Scott City. And here goes Julian Mraz in for an 80-yard touchdown run. Reception, excuse me.
Oh, my gosh, Adam. The quarterback, Perez, I thought he was had in the backfield. He escapes, and I thought he's going to throw the ball deep. And I thought, there's no way he's going to get it to that kid. That kid's way down here. Well, he underthrew it, but the Scott City kid fell down. So he went back, got the ball, and there's just nobody around him. It was 1 guy deep and 1 guy only defense, and Well, it was a 40-yard sprint to the end zone.
Ulysses does go for 2. And it's 16-6 here with 7:47 to go here in the opening period. From the 3-yard line, empty backfield. Perez will roll to his right. Hanging on that ball, he has the corner, and he is going to be stopped short. Scott City closes the corner quickly. They gave it to him. They said he reached the ball over the plane.
Yeah, he reached it out there, and he said he got it.
So Perez with the 2-point conversion run, and it's 16-8 with 7:47. We're 4 minutes in and a lot of scoring. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
Wow.
Welcome back here to Ulysses. So a slippage there by a defender by Scott City, and Julian Merez on the recipient is the recipient of an 80-yard touchdown reception, and it was Tice Perez who ran in the 2-point conversion, or he kind of put the ball over across the plane before he was tackled, and it's 16-8 Scott City. We're 4 minutes into this game. We already have 3 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and a safety. This time kicking the ball from the 40-yard line is going to be Jesus Miranda. Scott City has Bergner and also Catchman deep to return. And, well, hold on. We have a flag on the play. This is going to be on Ulysses. They were offsides on the kickoff. So we will try this again. This is already their 4th penalty of the first quarter for 23 yards. Scott City with 3 penalties, all on encroachments for 15. Other games in the league tonight, Scott City, of course, this is their final non-district game. The rest of the District 8 and 3A, they're in action. A couple of good games. Holcomb is hosting Goodland, and Hugoton is hosting Colby. Other league game tonight is Cimarron and Lakin, league team, I should say, in action. Cimarron's in play there. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I want to know the score of every game you just said.
I'll try.
I'm excited about hearing those scores on every game.
So, Ulysses will kick off from the 35-yard line left hash mark. Bergner and Catchman standing inside their own 15 to return the kick. It's turned out to be a pretty nice evening here in Ulysses.
It is a gorgeous evening.
Here's the kick. It's a low kick, and this is going to work its way out of bounds inside the 10. So Scott City's actually going to get the ball. I believe, let's see, kick it off at 35-15. They'll get it at their own 40 because it's 25 yards from where you kick off. That's at least where they should get the football.
Really? I didn't know that rule. I just thought it was automatic 35-yard line.
Nope. I remember a playoff game one year I went to watch.
Yeah.
I think it was a 15-yard penalty on one of the teams, and they had to kick off from their own 25-yard line and went out of bounds. So the other team got the ball at midfield.
Wow.
So it should be at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's what they're doing.
Beavers up 16-8. Here with 7:46 to go in the first quarter.
Chain gang trying to get everything set up.
You know, this is just their 2nd game of the year. Interestingly enough, they have a spotter, I guess you could say, yard marker on their home side as well. You don't see that too many other places. No. 2 receivers to left, tied in, or no tied in. It's going to be quarterback sweep left for Camden Vogelmore. Turns it upfield, and he's going to be near a 1st down. They'll give him about 9.5 on the play to the 49-yard line. It was Guadarrama with the tackle, I believe, for Ulysses. Check that. Parker Browning, 2nd and a yard.
Yeah, that was just quarterback sneak around the left side and got upfield quickly. Almost 1st and 10. I think they actually gave him a little short of where I think he ended up.
49-yard line left hash mark. Vogelmore up the middle to Kelton Cook. Blast through the secondary. 40, 35, 30, 26-yard line. And a gain of 20. Let's see. Oh, we got a flag downfield on Scott City. They say there's going to be a hold. That's a 45-yard line of Ulysses. So that'll be Scott City's first holding penalty of the night. Give him 6, and then the 10-yard penalty. It'll be about 2nd and 5 coming up.
Man, Cook got through the line of, or was that Wiebe? I can't remember.
That was Cook there.
Got through the line of scrimmage so quickly. How would you need a hold?
Yeah.
I mean, the hold must have been way behind him. One of the kids grabbed a guy's jersey or something. I don't know. Man, that was a quick hitter.
That was wipes away a 23-yard run. He'll gain a net 6 on the play, Will Cook. And then the 10-yard penalty, 4th penalty for 25 yards for the Beavers. 2nd and 5, 45-yard line of Scott City as we are at the 7:10 mark of the first quarter, 16-8. Trango split to the right. To the left is going to be Rumford. And now slot receiver to the right is Cook as he empties the backfield. Handoff left side to Couchman. Oh, we almost had a block in the back there. Couchman dodges and dives and then gets knocked out right at the line of scrimmage at the 45 by striker Berglund. So no gain on the play. And that one, Ulysses defended well. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, they did. They were in the backfield. With the handoff going to the left, east into the field, Ulysses had 2 guys right there with him.
Scott City on 3rd down this year. They are 58% coming into today. This is Volgamore rolling to his right on 3rd down. House Catchman just a little bit far in front of him and incomplete. 4th and 5. And so Scott City unable to take advantage of good field position, and a hold nullifies the 1st down. What does coach decide to do? It's going to be a punt situation.
Yeah, play that field position. Hopefully get a good punt off, and Ulysses will be inside their 20 when we're after this play, hopefully.
6:56 here in the first quarter. First punt in 2 weeks for Scott City. They did not punt against Hoisington last week. Rumford averaging 48 yards a kick on 4 punts this year. He's pinned 2 of those inside the 20. It will be Nick Martinez, Julian Mraz deep to return this. Here's a good kick, a spinning kick, angled right inside the 20-yard line. Bounces inside. And it'll be down. Couchman kind of overran it there a little bit at the 16-yard line, but it pins the Tigers deep at a 39-yard punt.
That's exactly what we wanted.
So
inside the 20, put Ulysses deep in a hole. Although last time they went 84 yards in one play.
Yep.
Suppose they'll call the same play again?
We'll see. 16-8 Beavers, 6:47 to go first quarter. 3 receivers stacked to left, tight end over left, so 4 of your 5, that's tight end over the right side, and it'll be a handoff left side, and there's nowhere to go, and a loss on the play back to the 14-yard line. Caden Couchman in on the ankle tackle that time of the running back, Joel Guadarrama, the 190-pound senior.
Well, we did a good job of getting in the backfield that time, putting a stop to that play really quickly, getting upfield. Shed your blocker.
2nd and 12, left hash mark, 14-yard line, midway point of this first quarter. Been a lot of action here.
There has.
And Perez play fake, looks right down the seam. It's caught for a 1st down to the 28-yard line. He goes this time to Austin Leva, tight end. His first reception of the year is good for 14 yards.
Well, we saw Ray Colorado do that to us several times, kind of like that. It's a good play. Tight end. Just goes right down the... Well, they bent theirs in a little bit. He didn't go straight down the middle of the field. Nice throw by the freshman quarterback. Can you believe he's a freshman quarterback?
Yeah. 3 receivers to the right, tight end left, 28-yard line of Ulysses for the Tigers. It'll be Guadarrama for the carry. He'll get maybe 2 to the 30-yard line as Jackson Rumford crashes down on the tackle. 6 carries already for Guadarrama in the first quarter for just a net 4 yards. 2nd and long coming up.
On their roster here, you'd made a comment earlier, and you said there's only about 30 kids suited up down here. I counted them. There's 33. They have 44 on the roster, but only 33 kids suited up at home. That's crazy.
5:18 to go first quarter. It is a 16-8 score for Scott City. Tigers under center this time in an I formation. Play fake rolling to the right. Pass is going to be caught. And Alex Trango delivers a blow on that to the receiver that time. Short of the 1st down. That goes to Julian Mraz. He'll be marked 2 yards shy at about the 36-yard line, setting up 3rd and 2.
That was a nice pass play by Ulysses. That was a great tackle by Scott City's Tarango, too.
That puts Perez at 100 yards passing here in this first quarter. He has 5 of 7 passing. The Tigers are 0 of 2 on third down here, facing 3rd and 2 at their own 36-yard line. Shotgun set up. It'll be a play fake, and now Perez is under rest. Armendariz will bring him down for a sack back at the 32-yard line, a loss of 4. And Armendariz with his 3rd sack of the year, and it's a punt coming up here for Ulysses.
Well, Armendariz that time, he did not mess around, thinking about from his defensive end position. Just instead of stepping across and seeing what's out, he immediately just went right in there after that quarterback. Great defensive play.
This will be punt number 2 or 3 of the quarter in punt formation. As Miranda will try to attempt a second punt. Alex Trango standing at his own 30 to return this. A kick is almost blocked. It's a low kick. It takes a couple of bounces. Trango will pick it up on the hop at the 30. Sidesteps one, now goes to the left side. 35, 40, 45, midfield, 45. Weaves his way through. Now cuts it across to the right. There's a flag down. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. And Trango stiff arm into the end zone. Touchdown. But hold on, we do have a flag at midfield.
Yeah.
What a run, though.
Oh, it was a tremendous run, Adam. I mean, it's too bad.
Yep, this is coming back.
It's going to come back. Oh, man, what a return. I mean, took it to the center, went to the left, then saw, run to daylight. He saw daylight to the west side of the field, and then he had a foot race. Oh, what a thing of beauty.
Oh, man, that punt will nullify a 70-yard punt return and probably about 95 to 100 yards of ground covered by Trango.
Oh, absolutely. He just played it so well. Did they say it was blocking the back or hold? Blocking the back.
So the Beavers will have it at their own 41-yard line with 3:23 here in the first quarter. That's Scott City's 5th penalty of the quarter for 35 yards. 2 of those, or I should say 1, nullified a touchdown there, and then the other one nullified a 1st and 10. Leitner will be split to the right. The senior Jack Leitner tied in left side. On 1st and 10, Couchman of the carry left side has a big hole. Now bounces it out. 45, a quick recovery by Preston Hiddle. He'll take it to the 45-yard line. It looked like it was going to bounce out for more, but it did not. 2nd and 6.
Well, I thought Couchman was going to get it around the corner that time. He did not. He did not pull that off.
But Scott City on schedule. 2nd and 6, 45-yard line, left hash mark in their own territory, up by 8. 2:50 to work, first period. Trango split to the right, pistol wing T tight and left. It's be a Weeby sweep to the right side, and he goes nowhere. He maybe gains a yard to the 46-yard line, setting up 3rd and 5.
Well, all right, let's get this 1st and 10. We need to sustain something here. And that would be, a timeout or end of the quarter.
Scott City wants timeout, and we'll take it as well here with 2:25 to go first quarter. 16-8 Scott City coming your way in a minute. This is Beaver Football.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
Not happy with maybe the consistency as of late on offense, or maybe on both sides.
Well, it's just you know how kids are. You know how I'll shut up.
All right, 3rd down and 5, 46-yard line, middle of the field, 2 receivers left. Couchman will go to left. They'll swing it out left to Jackson Rumford on 3rd down. Turns it up, has a first down as he lowers his shoulder into Tiger territory on a game. Oh, we do have a flag at the point of attack.
Jeez.
Man. Scott City right now, after they led 16-0, they've been their own worst enemy with slippage on the field and then giving up 2 first downs and now a touchdown moments ago on the punt return nullified on a penalty.
Yeah, we're going the wrong direction. But adversity is something to be overcome, Adam, and we need to overcome it. I mean, this is a good ball game at the moment, 16-8. This is what I was talking about in pregame. Take away their hope. Right now, we're going the wrong direction.
3rd and 15, 36-yard line. Play fake for Volgamore as he rolls to his right, and here's an out and up. They're going to go for Tarango. Looks to the right. Oh, he can't hold it in. Off his mitts at the 40-yard line of Ulysses. And Julian Mraz thinks he made a play. He really didn't. It's 4th and 15 coming up. But that was just kind of a drop by Tarango.
Well, like you said, it was kind of an out and up. And then at the last moment, he made another move to what we would call, in the old days, it was a flag pattern, which would be a pylon pattern today. I don't know what they call that. But it was a nicely thrown ball, and it was almost a catch, and he was open. It would have been a 1st and 10.
4th down and long, and Scott City, boy, last 2 first downs they've had have been nullified by penalties. Touchdown wiped off the board on the block in the back on a punt return. Rumford booms this one away, rolls inside the 30, inside the 20, and it'll be fielded at about the 11-yard line. 23-yard line goes the returner Julian Mraz. And a nice punt that time by Jackson Rumford of about 53 yards and about a 10-yard return with under 2 minutes to go first quarter.
What a hit at the end there by Felker.
The center, the long snapper going down there.
Yeah, man, that was he finished him off. That was good.
So $1:58 to go first quarter. Ulysses with the ball down 8. They'll run 4 receiver set, 2 to both sides. At the left hash mark, Tice Perez will take the shotgun snap. Will swing it out to the left side. Scott City has it defended well, and they're going to drop Guadarrama for a loss. Back inside the 20, you have in there Easton Eisenhower, Caden Couchman, also providing coverage, Case Armendariz, Ryan Lotta, the Cavalry in there for a big loss of 4 on the play.
Yeah, that was... Well, once we stood him up, hit him and stood him up, then we had great gang tackling.
2nd and 14, 15 to snap it, minute 20 to go first period. 2 receivers to the right, a tight end to the right side, a receiver left. Shotgun here for Tice Perez. It'll be a play fake, rolling to his right. He just checks it up for grabs, and it's going to be wide right and into the Scott City bench as he took a shot on the end of that one. He is helped up by Jackson Rumford. 3rd and 14 coming up.
Well, and he had that kid open out there. That's why I couldn't believe he just threw it away. Oh, well.
3rd down, 14, 17-yard line for the Tigers. 69 first quarter seconds to go. Ulysses 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. As in there's Griffin Edwards, more of a pass rush. Here, 4 receivers set, twins to both sides. They're at the left hash mark, 17-yard line. Play fake. They'll swing it out left side. Pass is caught and nowhere to go immediately. Peyton Bergner Couchman get the receiver, Julian Merez, out of bounds for just maybe a gain of 2. Well shy of a first down. And it's going to be a punt situation coming up here for Ulysses. So they've had 3, well.
This is where we've had excitement on punts.
Yes. This will be the 4th punt formation in the quarter for the Tigers. The other one went for an 80-yard bomb with 64 first quarter seconds remaining. Miranda takes this snap, kicks this one away, and it's going to be caught by Tarango to his own 47. He'll try to go left side. Now he'll bounce it out 50, 45. And down to the 41-yard line, there's a block in the back. All right.
I'm going to get into dislike these yellow flags.
As Al Michaels said last night in the Cowboys-Giants thing, the officials are going to have to bring out new flags. They've been throwing enough.
There you go, Adam.
And another block in the back, or holding this time on Scott City. It nullifies about a 19-yard return with 53.5 seconds to go first quarter.
This first quarter is taking forever.
I would agree. It's 7:41. It's been 41 minutes.
That doesn't usually happen. And we're not even done yet.
Nope. Scott City's kind of been their own worst enemy in the last two drives. A couple of holdings have nullified first down plays. They're at their own 48 with 53.5 seconds. By the way, they have 7 penalties, 55 yards in this first quarter. Here's a first down run for Cook. He gets stood up in midfield and is driven back immediately. Joel Guadarrama with the stop right at midfield, the Mike linebacker. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, we look like we're going to break another touchdown run on any play. But it seems like every time we do that, we get called for blocking the back or holding. But still, I still think we're going to go right at them.
2nd and 8 midfield, right in the square middle of the field. One more play possibly this first quarter. Here's a Kevin Wiebe run right side. Turns up 45, 40, and down to the 36-yard line on a gain of 14 on 2nd down, brought down by Julian Mraz. Also in there was Joe Guadarrama on a nice, I'll call it a 14-yard gain to the 37. And that'll wind out the first quarter clock. We've played 12 minutes here in Maxwell Field. First meeting in 3 years between the teams. 16-8 Scott City after one. Back in a minute for the second. This is Beaver football.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we offer a full range of products to boost your farming success. As your locally owned Axis Seed regional company, we offer products to support the health and productivity of your crop. With a wide selection from BW Fusion, Maristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio, we have everything you need to protect your crop from abiotic stresses and feed it for top yields. Proudly supporting the Beavers, Red Barn Enterprises is your local partner committed to your crops and community.
Miller Veterinary Clinic in Scott City loves to take care of your large or small animals as much as you love caring for them. Doctors Callista Miller, Stacy Rogers, Ellie Minix, and staff provide quality and compassionate care for your pet's health. They invite you to bring your animals in for checkups to keep their health in top shape. Miller Veterinary Clinic is also a full-service clinic and offers quality care with their boarding and grooming facility. Animal health supplies and foods are also available. Miller Veterinary Clinic, South Highway 83 in Scott City, where they have compassionate care for all of God's creatures.
All right, switch sides of the field after the nice Kevin Wiebe run of 14. It's 1st and 10 for Scott City at the Tiger 36 as they go to the north field in the second quarter, a 16-8 Beaver lead. Handoff on first down to Catch and runs it left. Now turns it outside 30, 25, outside the numbers 20, and he is nearing 100 yards with that run. He actually has 102 plus after a 22-yard run on first down. He has 107 yards on 5 carries.
Gee, that is crazy. 20 yards a carry?
And he had
plus
64 on his first run. So the Beavers, for the second time tonight, into the Lewis Automotive red zone at the 15 of Ulysses. Second play of the second quarter coming up. The Beavers 16 and the Tigers 8. They'll split receiver right. It'll be option keeper this time. Volgamore will turn up, uses his speed. 10, 5 into the end zone, touchdown. Give him another rushing touchdown, and it's 6 more for the Beavers. 22-6, 11:47 to go first half.
Well, we're going to kick or go for 2. What do you think?
We're going to kick it.
Okay. Yep, there's the tee.
So Scott City marches quickly on a 4-play, 52-yard drive and take off maybe less than a minute there. A little over a minute, actually, 1:06 off the clock. And the extra point is booted through. Scott City 22, make that 23. Ulysses 8, early second quarter. We'll come back in 30 seconds for the kick. This is Beaver football. Ulysses football is presented by Scott City Ice Center, Road and Beacon Green Agency, and Iron Insurance Partners, Art Richards Financial Services, Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Pioneer Communications, Precision Ag, and Seed and Pokey Feeders. Well, Scott City meant business on that drive. A 4-play, 52-yard drive that took 66 seconds off the clock. Camden Vogelmore, the second rushing touchdown of the night. This one from 15 yards out. He has 3 carries. 2 of them have gone to the end zone, and the extra point knocked in by Rumford, who's now 10-12 on the year. We'll see if he gets his 4th touchback of the half.
Well, that's what I'm curious. He's going to be, the flags are just pretty much hanging straight down now, so he's got a good time to kick it.
We can see a little bit better here on this side of the field. We're at the north end of the 40. Here's an end over kick, and the Tigers returners say, we'll take it at the 20. So you're wondering the Ulysses starting field position. That's the 4th time in this half. They'll start at their own 20 on 4 touchbacks. The other one was at their own 16, the other one at their own 21. Scott City's won the field position battle by a country mile in this first half, but lead it just 23-8.
Well, it's important to win the field position. That's a big part of the ball game.
This is already the 6th possession of the half for the Tigers. 3 punts, a safety, and 1 play, 80-yard touchdown. 1st and 10, a 4-receiver set. Perez looks to his right and now under duress as he rolls to his right on 1st and 10. As a flag comes out, checks it up for grabs, and it is out of bounds onto lane 1. But this is going to be a flag on the Tigers. Official Jake Eicher signals holding Ulysses.
Well, they're calling them both ways.
Thais Perez, 6 of 9 passing for 98 yards, and that 80-yard touchdown bomb to Julian Mraz. That's 1 play of the rest of them. It's been 18 yards worth of passing. It's really just been 1 play that Scott City's been burned on. Other than that, they've played pretty good, and they declined that penalty and take the play 2nd and 10.
Well, if they continue to call penalties and the kids keep holding, my prediction is the game's going to end at 10-15.
All right, 2nd and 10, middle of the field, 20-yard line. That cuts down on a play, or a down anyway. 1st minute of the 2nd quarter, 23-8, Ulysses trailing. They have the football in the middle of the field, 2 receivers left, a wing to the left. As Perez will look left, passes.
He dropped the ball. Did he drop it?
No, they ruled it incomplete. It was batted in the air that time, and it sets up a 3rd down and 10.
Oh, I thought he lost the ball, and it dropped at his feet. But they did call it an incomplete pass.
It's the old forward pass there, and 3rd and 10.
I thought Scott City's going to get the ball at the 15-yard line.
That'd be all right.
Oh, yeah, that'd been awesome.
The Tigers 0 of 4 on 3rd downs tonight, facing a 3rd and 10. With 11:34 to go, 2nd quarter, 23-6 for 23-8, beg your pardon, for Scott City. The run trips bunch to the right, tight end left, or one in the backfield to the right of Perez. Looking to the right, pump face, and he gets drilled.
He dropped it.
Fumbles, and Ulysses and Scott City fighting for it at the 15-yard line. I think Ulysses kept the. They say Scott City football. Yeah. Scott City recovers that football underneath the pile, and their first fumble recovery of the year belongs to the hands of Jackson Rumford.
So we did get the ball to 15.
Yes, you're a Nostradamus there.
Oh my goodness, I don't know about that, but I just had good vibes. We were getting pressure. That's what's going on. They're trying to throw the football. Even Coach Turner said, I should have blitzed more in that Ray game. Well, tonight, he ain't waiting. He's blitzing. He's the defensive coordinator. And, man, we had all kinds of people in the backfield. That Perez quarterback, he didn't have a chance.
Scott City's first turnover forced since week 1. Play fake for Vogelmore. He's going to go for the end zone. Rolls to his right. Looking downfield, he will just tuck it up and run, and he runs out of real estate on the right side. They'll mark him for a gain of 2 to the 13, as that was good coverage downfield by the Tigers. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, I like that idea of as soon as you get a turnover and you're deep in the other team's territory, go for the end zone. Go for the strike right away. That's what we were trying to do.
Ball will be on the right hash mark at the 13 of Ulysses. Beavers with a 23-8 lead. We've only played 40 seconds of the 2nd quarter. We've had a lot of plays, but not a lot of time off the clock. This will be a handoff left side. Cashman is dropped immediately, and he goes backwards. A big loss on the play. This will be a loss of 5, and that'll drop him down to 102 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 14, or make that 3rd and 13 from the 18.
Well, I'm not sure if it was a Ulysses Tiger defensive end or linebacker that blitzed, but whoever that was, he got back there and caused Couchman to go even wider and deeper. And then there were several other Tigers who had pursued well, and that's why we lost 5-6 yards, whatever it was.
Matthew Wheeler into the game on 3rd down and 13 from the 18. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wheeler is that wing to the right as Vogelmoor rolls to his right on 3rd and long. His time sets up, looks right, still looking. He's just going to take it up and run, and he's inside the 15 and gets to about the 11. He'll gain 7. He was tripped up initially, that time by Austin Leyva. So it brings up a 4th and 6 from the 11. Decision time for Coach Jim Turner. Do you want the field goal, or are you going to try to get a touchdown here?
I think I go for 4th down. I go to try and get the 1st and 10.
Scott City's only attempted 2 passes. They're 0 for 2, and that was one that was going to be a pass play, but scramble run of 7. 4th and 6, 11-yard line, right hash mark. Vogelmoor will keep it himself on the quarterback sweep, trying to get to the outside, inside the 10. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. He's tackled from behind that time on an 8-yard run by Striker Berglund. A gain of 8, or make that 9 on 4th and 8.
Yeah, that's a good play. It was a quarterback carry the whole way. Vogelmoor had good speed. He got around the corner. There was a Tiger out there, and he just ran around him. I mean, it took some effort to get around him, but he was faster than that young man. So
Scott City converts on their first 4th down of the year. They're now 1 of 6 on the year. They have goal to go at the 4. Here is Pierce Vallejo. He lowers his shoulder and rumbles into the end zone for the first time this year. Touchdown, Scott City.
I actually thought that when you said Pierce Vallejo, it looked like T.J. Vallejo back in the day, his dad. I mean, seriously, I couldn't believe that.
And it's 29-8 with 9:38 to go, second quarter. You're fine. Extra point to be kicked in here by Jackson Rumford as the Beavers take advantage of short field on a 5-play, 15-yard drive, and we have another penalty flag. Encroachment is the call against Ulysses.
Oh, brother.
You got to wonder that first time, Scott City kicked that at the 1.5-yard line. Maybe that angle was a little bit tougher as well. Kicking from inside the 20, or would have been inside a 10-yard line where they spotted it. But they're going to decline the penalty.
Yeah, good.
And just kick it straight there. Snap, kick. It's true. 30-8. With 9:38 to go, second quarter. We'll come back in 30 seconds for the kick. This is Scott City football.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we bring you the best products in agriculture through the Max Yield system, placing the right products on every field of your farm. Use Axis Seed, BW Fusion, Meristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio to enhance your crop's resilience and productivity today. Trust Red Barn Enterprises for all your crop needs, and join us in cheering on the Beavers.
We're back here at Maxwell Field in Ulysses. Scott City with 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes of the 22 seconds of the second quarter. 30-8 they lead after the 4-yard Pierce Vallejo run. The Jackson Rumford kick was successful, and Scott City takes advantage of a turnover deep in Tiger territory.
Good-looking drive. Had to come over some adversity also, but we only started at the 15, so it was pretty good. Pretty good thing.
A 9-yard run by Camden Vogelmoor on 4th and 8, excuse me. Kept that drive alive, and then the 4-yard run by Vallejo. This time it's a shorter kick, so Rumford will have his first non-touchback of the night. Here's Mraz, and he can be dangerous out. There's a flag, and then he fumbles it, and Scott City's +2. It's picked up that time at the 20-yard line, and
30.
Or at the 30-yard line, trying to see who got it. That was, I believe, Case Armendariz who got it. And now we have a white, or 2 flags thrown, multiple flags. White hat threw his flag, and another official threw his his hat, I should say.
I think there'll be a block in the back holding on Ulysses, and I think we're going to have celebration on the field by Scott City. And they could make them kick it again.
No, it's not going to be a kick again because it'd be after the dead ball foul. It'll still be Scott City football.
Scott City will turn down the block in the back, and then they'll get the celebration penalty. I think.
So,
because we had a whole bunch of kids on the field celebrating when we picked the football up.
There's 2 flags inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be Ulysses.
Oh, the guy on the sideline, he also threw his hat.
Yeah, that's because he threw his flag as well, and then he had to throw his hat. Blocking the back, Ulysses. Dead ball, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, Ulysses.
Oh.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct, Scott City.
Oh.
So I would think it would still be at the 30-yard line of Ulysses for Scott City, because that unsportsmanlike was after the play on both sides. So basically that wipes it out because it's a dead ball foul.
Correct.
Block in the back stands, and it'll be 1st and 10 Scott City after the Ulysses fumble at the Tiger 30.
Oh, perfect. So we got it right where we wanted to get it anyway.
9:28 to go second quarter, and the Beavers will start their 3rd possession of the half in Tiger territory, this time at the 30-yard line, with a 30-8 lead. This has been a wild first half. It's been a rather long first half as well, as Coach Cade Albert got the explanation as well. And the officials write things down as well. They're going to have a nice gesture and hand the white hat his hat, and he can put it on and we can go back to football.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen 2 officials throw their hats.
That's right.
Because they already had thrown their flags.
That's right.
What do they do on the 3rd one?
I don't know. A shoe?
Yeah, that was my first thought.
A watch? I don't know. 30-yard line of Ulysses, right hash mark, 1st and 10. Volgamore takes the snap, pump fakes it. Now out and up, here's wide open Tarango. And he will make the catch, touchdown. Alex Tarango with a touchdown for a 2nd straight week. Camden Volgamore connects with him, and it's 36-8 with 9:20 to go second quarter.
Well, the guy in the slot was Rumford, and Tarango's out wide of him. So Volgamore, when he gets the ball, then he fakes a pass quickly to Rumford. And then he steps back at 1 or 2 and throws it to Tarango, who's wide open, because it caused the cornerback covering Tarango to hesitate.
Here's a snap placement now. Kick is on the way, and it is true. 37-8, 21 points in the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the second quarter for Scott City. They've already hit a season high of points here early second quarter. We'll come back for the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
About your vision.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Presented here. Let's go to Jackson Legal Group, JF Beaver Advertising, J&R Trucking, J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yards, Haymaby Farms, and High Choice Feeders. Scott City takes advantage of the second fumble by Ulysses, and it's a 30-yard pass play to Alex Tarango from Camden Volgamore. Volgamore's 20th career touchdown pass, his 3rd of the year, the 2nd to Tarango, and Rumford adds a 7th point. It's a 21-point second quarter in the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so the route is on. 37-8 Scott City as Rumford kicks this one off from his own 40-yard line, and he gets a boot into this one, and Ulysses is going to let that one roll in the end zone for a touchback, 1st and 10, 20-yard line. 5 of 6 is Rumford on touchbacks in this first half.
5 out of 6.
That's 83% if you're doing the percentages back home.
Well, I kept wondering, he plays both ways, offense and defense. He does the place kicking. He does the kicking off. He does the punts. And I keep wondering, is his leg, will he continue to get that thing into the end zone?
Well, he's got it stretched out.
That's for sure.
The Ulysses Tigers, for the first time in a couple minutes, will have the football this time at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10, middle of the field, a 4-receiver set to the right, 1 to the left. Actually, tight end right side as Perez looks left on first down. He's just going to try to tuck it up, and he's sacked. He almost lost the football. Case Armendariz with a sack, and a loss of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Nothing fancy there. Perez wanted to throw the football decided not to, stepped up, and was just tackled for a loss.
2nd and 12, 18-yard line. And right now, you could just tell the last 2 turnovers have taken a lot of wind out of the sails of Ulysses here.
It sure has, Adam. To think about, what the score was 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, 37-8 your score, 5 to snap it. I formation. It'll be a fullback carry on 2nd down and nothing going there. This is something we haven't seen from Ulysses yet this year. And the ball carrier that time was Carlos Ramirez. He maybe ekes out a yard at the 19 for a gain of 1, setting up 3rd and long. So 3rd down and 11 coming up. So we're just outside of 8 minutes to go first half. 37-8 your score. This was 16-0 after 1. The Beavers with 21 in a row here and about a 3-minute stretch of game time in the second quarter. The Tigers will split to the left to put a halfback over the right side, or wingback, I should say, a receiver right. Perez looks left, now under duress, immediately loses one. Now he'll just throw it away for dear life. He goes out of bounds, no grounding. It crossed the line of scrimmage as it went out of bounds, and it's 4th down.
Oh, late flag, just thrown.
Yep. All right, it is grounding. There was nobody in the vicinity, I guess. Those intentional grounding rules, they change so much time after time, and it's tough. I'll be honest, if I'm not in an official rules meeting, it's tough to keep up with it all.
It is, Adam. And then you have high school rules are different than college and pro. They called the grounding.
Yep, and it's a loss of down, 4th down.
And 5-yard penalty, I think.
Yep, and so they'll be punting from inside their own, they'll snap it inside their own 15. Let's see, this will be marked at the 9-yard line. So they'll be punting the ball in their own end zone.
So was that a 10-yard penalty?
It ends up, out of all of it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now what are we doing? Looks like timeout.
Yep, we have a timeout on the field taken by Ulysses. 7:47 to go, second quarter. We'll keep it right here. Scott City is maintaining a 29-point lead here at 37-8. Don't forget, next week, Scott City will be at home for homecoming. The Hugoton Eagles come to town. It also is Scott City's district opener at Darner Field, and that'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll go on the air at 6:30 for that. Some scores real quickly across the GWAC. It's halftime down at Hugoton. Colby leading Hugoton by the count of 14-3. Both those teams 3-0 on the year entering tonight. After one at Holcomb, it was 7-7 between Goodland and Holcomb. And we knew that would be a pretty good game coming into tonight. So that's a couple of the league scores that we do have for you there.
Wow.
Colby 14, Hugoton 3, Holcomb 7, and Goodland 7. Those are first quarter scores.
Man, that's just I thought they'd be close games, but I thought Hugoton would beat Colby. I thought Holcomb would for sure beat Goodland. But, you just never know about high school football.
Absolutely. All right, out of the timeout, Ulysses on 4th down. This will be a low kick by Miranda. He's going to let it roll, or Triangle let it roll. It'll roll inside the 45. He'll pick it up at his own 45. Goes to the wide, or 50. Now trying to bounce the outside, and he will. 45. Cuts it up 40, 35, and it's taken down at about the 33-yard line. A nice 22-yard return for Alex Tarango. And for a 3rd straight series, Scott City will start on the plus side of the 50, this time at the Tiger 33-yard line.
Well, the thing about Tarango, when he first picks that ball up, he's looking around. Okay, where's my blockers? Where's the daylight? And all of a sudden, he just turns the jets on, and he is just running as fast as he. That in itself is fantastic. That he's running so fast.
It's run for split to left on 1st and 10. Cook will empty the backfield. He'll be a slot receiver to the right, 2 to the right. Volgamore on 1st down. Looks for middle. Now he'll just try to tuck it up. He stumbles forward for about a yard to the 32-yard line, as the secondary for Ulysses had that pretty well covered. 2nd down and long coming up. They'll mark it as 31 for a gain of 2.
Now we got a timeout for
equipment.
Oh, they're trying to get a shoe on.
Yeah, Volgamore wants to stay in the game, trying to get his shoe back on.
Okay, now they'll start the clock again.
And they'll reset the play clock, or stop it, I should say, momentarily with 7:13 and let her roll. Second down and long. counter left side. This is to Couchman.
Inside reverse.
20, it's a counter play, and he's tripped up by the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 14 on the play, and he's had a career night of 116 yards on 7 carries.
I think he actually stepped on Tarango's foot, and that's what caused him to trip up.
It's at the 15-yard line, but the Beavers into the red zone, the Lewis Automotive red zone again. And this has been Sky City just going, I would say going downhill, but they're going uphill to the north as we're in the midway point of this second quarter, 6:40 to go. Be that half diamond look, they'll run it right side to Wiebe, but this time tackle from behind, that time by Avara Moya, the junior, and Wiebe gets maybe a yard to the 14, 2nd and 9. He had a good run to end that first quarter.
Wiebe runs hard, too, when he gets that ball. So does Cook. Them two guys, I was talking about Tarango earlier, how they really run fast. And that's what you need to do. And they're doing that.
Wiebe and Tarango split to the right, Rumford to left, 2nd and 9, 14-yard line of Ulysses, under 10 to snap it. Volgamore looks left, now rolls to his right. Steps up, now still looking. He may just tuck it up and run. He does. He's inside the 10 and down to the 9, setting up 3rd down and 4 as he weaved his way through. And it'll be 3rd down there. On a gain of 5, his 8th carry for 50 yards in the half.
Well, we need 5 yards roughly?
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, it'll be a good opportunity for somebody here. Who knows what they'll do? Keep me guessing. I can't guess what offensive coordinator Gentry is going to do.
It'll be a keeper here on an option. It's Volgamore, and that's going to be a 1st down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll be Scott City's first 3rd down conversion of the night. He just faked the jet sweep to the right, takes it up the middle, follows his lead blockers inside the 5. 1st and goal coming up.
All right, now we got four more chances to get in there, and the clock is continuing to run. I love it.
And remember, Scott City does get the football to begin the 3rd quarter. They've scored 21 in this second, looking to add to their total here at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. 1st and goal just inside the 5. Volgamore out. We got movement on the right side as Ulysses was showing blitz late. And that, believe it or not, that's the first penalty accepted on Scott City in the second quarter.
I think we were going to do a fade to run back in the northwest corner of the field.
All right, so it's going to bring up 1st and goal just inside the 10. Oh, man, it's been a long first half, hasn't it?
It has. Oh, there goes that
ambulance.
Yeah.
Second time he's exited the premises this half.
I think he just went around like this.
1st and goal, 10-yard line. Handoff up the middle. This is Cook inside the 5 and down to the 3. He'll gain 7 on 1st and goal. 2nd and goal coming up.
Yeah, there you go. Keep that clock rolling and stick it in the end zone.
His 3rd carry has 15 yards in this first half. 4:38. This is a 3-minute drive. 7th play of this drive. Scott City leading 37-8. It'll be a fade pattern for Rumford, and it's or is it intercepted? It is intercepted. It was a low throw and picked off in the end zone.
Oh,
man, and it went through Rumford's hands, picked off that time by Preston Hiddle, and it's going to be a touchback. 1st and 10 Tigers at the 20.
Well, when I think of a fade in the end zone to Rumford, I'm thinking the ball's going to be at 10 feet high. That ball got to both of them, and it was maybe 2 foot off the ground. Rumford dove for it. It hit his hands and must have popped in the air a little bit, and the defender caught it because Rumford touched the ball first, but he dove for it because it was behind him and low.
20-yard line, yeah. Man, that tough turnover there. Scott City +1 on the turnovers here tonight. 3 receivers to left, tight end right side for Ulysses. That quarterback Perez rolling to his left, scrambling it, throws it up for grabs. This is a jump ball and a pick. This is Bergner with the interception at the Tiger 40.
That was like a punt.
In a way, it kind of was. The 3rd Tiger turnover in this first half.
Punt on 1st down.
That was one that was just up for grabs. That was kind of a similar throw in the first quarter. This time, Bergner stayed on his feet and got the football with 3:59 to go second quarter.
Way underthrown, just like that one where Bergner fell down and the Ulysses kid caught it and went 80 yards. This time, like you said, he kept his feet and intercepted the ball.
This is the 4th straight drive for Scott City on the plus side of the 50. They not snapped the ball in their own territory in this second quarter alone. Empty backfield, Vogelmoor keeper. 35. Jukes his way 30. Now 25. Trying to bounce to the right side, does 20. He's inside the 15 and down to the 14 on a 27-yard run. They'll mark him at the 15.
Nice run. And, Ulysses is putting... We have wideouts on both sides, so they got a guy out there on both of them. Everybody else is inside the box being on defense, and they're close to the line of scrimmage. That means there's 9 guys up there waiting for us, essentially, or 8, to run the football. And we're still doing what we're just doing here. 27 yards on that play, and they got 8 or 9 guys up there.
10 carries, 80 yards. It's Catchman up the middle. Now trying to bounce it right, but he gets it down to the 10-yard line for 5 on first down. Tackle made by Jesus Miranda, but a 5-yard run. And Scott City with a lot of running, over 200 yards of rushing in this first half, just 30 through the air, and lead at 37-8.
The blocking on these, like that 27-yarder, and even at this past 5-yard, we're blocking people well at the line of scrimmage. That's where you win football games, right there.
Right hash mark, 2nd and 5, 10-yard line. Receiver split wide to the right. This is a carry left side for Catchman. He breaks through one tackle, and he's going backwards, and he's going to go all the way back to the original, or marking for a loss of 4 to the 14. And that's just kind of one of those things. You're trying to get to the outside, and it's a loss of 4, and it's 3rd and 9.
Well, Ulysses had great penetration. They got in there, and Couchman had to just go around the first guy and said, just cutting it upfield right there. There was a lot of room. That was the wide side of the field. He thought he could get around him, just kept losing yards.
Scott City just 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. They have 9 to go with the Tiger 14. Catchman to the right with 2:25 to go first half. And Wiebe empties the backfield now. It's rolling to the right. This will be to Wiebe. He'll make the catch. Inside the 10, lowers a shoulder, has the first down as he gets hit forward inside the 5 to the 4. And it'll be right on the sticks, it looks like. 1st and goal at the 5.
Nice play. Roll out right with the quarterback. And the halfback or wingback over there, he just leads out there like he's maybe going to block or something. All of a sudden, Vogelmoor just throws him the ball.
Right hash mark, 5-yard line, 1st and goal, 37-8 is your score. 2:12. Here's a carry for Vallejo up the middle, and he almost got his 2nd touchdown on his 2nd carry. Another 4-yarder inside the 1, 2nd and goal pending.
Yes. Let's get another one in there for halftime.
Ball right inside the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Minute 50 here in the second quarter. 37-8, Scott City with the lead. Tighten it up. Kerry Vallejo. He lowers his shoulder. He says, get out of my way. I've got reservations for 6. Touchdown, Scott City.
As soon as he got the handoff, Vallejo was hit. Now, a lot of times that's where a guy will fumble the football. But he just kept his feet and drove right over the top of that. That defender went onto his back, and Vallejo then dove right over him into the end zone. Great run.
This is going to be Junior Mesa to kick the extra point. His first attempt of the year with 1:40 to go first half. Placed down the kick. Oh, it's blocked. It was kind of a low snap. It bobbled on the ground, so the extra point is blocked. So it remains 43-8 Scott City. 100 seconds to go. Second quarter. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
Want to not your normal self? It's time.
In Scott City, Kansas. So Scott City, after the Peyton Bergner interception, they go 41 yards, 6 plays. They take a little over 2 minutes off the clock. Pierce Vallejo has a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point for Mays is blocked, and he gets to kick off for the first time this year.
Well, I told you, Rumford's foot and leg getting tired.
And this
yeah.
And this is a nice kick. This is returnable. This is Martinez from his own 7-yard line. Goes right side, 20 to the 25-yard line.
Tackle.
He was brought down by Oscar Mendez right there at the 25-yard line. 1:34, one timeout left for Ulysses. Down 43-8.
Solo tackle by Mendez out in an open field. That was a really nice tackle.
And this is the Tigers' best field position of the night at their own 26-yard line.
Well, then.
We had a holding on Ulysses on that.
I never even saw a flag.
I did not. It must have been up the field about the 40-yard line. But I omit that saying that was going to be their best starting field position. That'll be marked now at their own 16.
Yeah, it goes right back to where they've been before.
6 penalties on the Tigers for 43 yards. The Beavers have been penalized 7 times, 7 accepted penalties for 50 yards. They'll run a 4 or 3 receiver set to the left, 1 to the right. They have run 4 receivers over to one side at times this year. Here's Perez. He'll sling it out left on a little bubble screen, but Scott said, they had it defended well, but Hiddle breaks through 2 tackles. He'll gain a yard out of it. Camden Volgamore with the tackle at about the 17-yard line. First completion by Tice Perez in that second quarter. He is right around the century mark. He's at 99 yards, 7 of 14 passing with a touchdown and a pick.
Really quick toss because, he as soon as he got the ball, he looked down the line of scrimmage and threw it to that wideout. When he has to stand there and wait, Scott C's getting great pressure on him, and he doesn't have much time.
Under a minute to go, second quarter, low snap, but here's a draw play up the middle, a nice run on second down. This is for Joel Guadarrama. He'll take it across the 20 on his best run of the night to the 24. That is a gain of 7, setting up third and a couple. He has 8 carries, 13 yards in this first half.
Oh, yes. We'll have maybe one more play unless somebody calls a timeout.
30 seconds to go. Ulysses 0 for 6 on third downs. Well, guess what? Another flag, and this is a false start on the Tigers. Instead of 3rd and 2, it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
At first I thought he was going to let that go. The wideout never got settled before they snapped the ball. And I thought, he'll let that go because we're going to run down to, that'll be the last play. Nope, he didn't do it.
Well, there's 3 seconds between the play clock and game clock, so we will have one more snap at least before halftime. It's 3rd down and 7. Make that 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7 to the 19. Low snap. Fumble. And it is going to be fallen on by Scott City, I believe, of the 19. And the answer is yes, Beaver football. And Rumford with the second fumble recovery of the half.
Well, as soon as I said that'll be the last play of the half, I should have known better. Scott City will immediately throw the ball into the end zone.
Maybe one play, and then maybe a field goal. We'll see.
Let's go for Tarango in the end zone somewhere. Run him all the way across the field. Put him in motion, too, so they don't know where he is.
Unless something wild happens, Scott City will not snap the football in their own territory this entire second quarter. 3 receivers to the right. There's a wing to the right included, 1 to the left. Pistol setup. Volgamore looking left. Now surveys the middle of the field, goes for the jump ball in the end zone for Rumford, and it's going to be wide right and out of bounds with 2.8 to go second quarter. And we're going to see a field goal here.
Good. We need the practice.
And this will be about a 36-yard field goal from the right hash mark. Rumford nailed a 35-yarder last week against Hoisington. He was 1 out of 2 there. His career long was at Goodland last year when he booted in a 39-yard field goal. He has a big leg. This will be out of the hold of Alex Tarango. Our final play of the half. Felker to snap this. Good snap, placed down the kick. Oh, that's going to be offsides. Oh, man, it was wide left anyway, but that's going to be an offsides on Ulysses off the edge.
Their edge guys have been going before the snap of the ball several times tonight. It's like, come on, guys.
That'll be the 15th accepted penalty of the half.
And you would think they'd block the kick. They're in there so quick. But they still haven't blocked the kick. But, that kind of stuff throws off Rumford because here's this guy, and it looks like he's going to, block the kick.
2nd and 5.
Here we go. Try it again.
And this time there'll be a 31-yard field goal. Placement down, kick, and it's on the way. Nope, no good. He was wide right on that one. And that's the end of your first half. Scott City will take a 43-8 lead in the locker room, a dominating second quarter of 27-0, and they lead it by 20 or 35 at the break. We'll come back in 3 minutes for your halftime show and more. This is Beaver Football.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community, whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
Feeder, that's Fairleigh Feed Yard of Scott City.
Platinum H Insurance reminds farmers of an important date. September 30th is the sales closing date for coverage of your 2025 wheat crop. That's why the fine folks at Platinum H Insurance are there for you. They know how important it is to have reliable multi-peril crop insurance. Don't forget that September 30th is the sales closing your 2025 wheat crop. To see what Platinum H Insurance can do for you, call 872-7222 or stop by at 321 West 5th Street in Scott City. This agency is an equal opportunity provider.
At First National Bank of Scott City, we look forward to helping you manage your finances with our quick, secure, and convenient online banking service. Not only can you check your daily account history and spot fraud, you can also set e-alerts that will notify you if your account balance drops below an amount that you have chosen. Send notifications when your statement is available and when your loan payment is due. Don't forget about online bill pay. Check it out at fnbscott.com or come see us at First National Bank of Scott City. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
It's time for the Precision Ag and Seed Halftime Show. Precision Ag and Seed is a proud supporter of all Scott City activities.
It has been a dominating first half for Scott City other than one play. It has been all Scott City here. 43-8 is your halftime score as they lead here over the Ulysses Tigers here at intermission here at Maxwell Field here in Ulysses. Adam Kadavy, Tim McGonigal with you here as we finally made it to halftime. That was a long first half. First half took about 45 minutes, but we had a lot of scoring, a lot of penalties, and quite a few incompletions both sides, and that kind of contributed to a long first half.
It sure did, Adam. We might have been the longest first half of the season so far. Just like you said, lots and lots of holding calls, penalties. Scott City started it off, first 2 plays of the game, we're encroachment, when Ulysses had the football. And then when you have lots of touchdowns, lots of points, that leads to lots of time. You got to do kickoffs and that kind of thing.
And Scott City got started right away in the first quarter with 10:40 to go. It was Caden Catchman, his first touch, first offensive play for Scott City, and he ends up from 64 yards out. And the extra point was missed. 6-0 with 10:40 to go first quarter. The Beavers 2 minutes later would tack on a safety as Camden Volgamore would tackle Jesus Miranda in the end zone after a high snap, make it 8-0 for the Beavers. And Scott City would go down the field again and score on a 3-play 43-yard drive in less than a minute. It was a Camden Volgamore 2-yard run, and Kelton Cook could run in the 2-pointer to make it 16-0. And then Ulysses 15 seconds later after a touchback on a slippage by the Scott City secondary, they would find a wide-open Julian Mraz, and he would catch it and trot in from 80 yards out. And it would be the quarterback, Tice Perez, running in the 2 to make it 16-8 with 8:02 to go, or 7:47 to go first quarter. That was the scoring in the first quarter. Seconds in, Camden Volgamore scrambles and finds the end zone from 15 yards out. Jackson Rumford's boot made it 23-8. And then it was Pierce Fileo off a turnover, a 4-yard run. Rumford's extra point, 30-8. And then 18 seconds later, after a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, one play it took Alex Tarango, 30-yard reception from Camden Volgamore. Rumford's extra point, 37-8. And then with 1:40 to go, about 8 minutes later in game time, it was Pierce Fileo in the end zone from a yard out. The extra point for Junior Mesa was blocked to make it 43-8. So really a dominating performance, but it's also one of those, Tim, that Scott City has to feel like that they left some points out there on the field.
Oh, absolutely. Just here a couple minutes ago, we were right there at the, 1-yard line. Well, there was the interception in the end zone. So, yeah, there's been a couple of those. We could probably easily have, 12 more points.
For sure. Well, we'll come back with some first-half stats and scores from across 3A and also the league. At halftime here in Ulysses at Maxwell Field, it is Scott City 43, Ulysses 8. We'll step aside for another 3-minute break. This is Beaver football.
Plain talk with exceptional results. Count on Norder Supply to serve you. With over 40 years of experience in the crop protection business, the dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting you in achieving maximum net return per acre by delivering unparalleled agronomic advice and best in customer service. That's how they define success. To serve you better, they have an aerial application service and do it all for a very competitive rate. Call them today at 620-872-3058. Norder Supply. Plain talk, exceptional results.
Have you been to Scott City Guns yet? Needing a new gun for hunting, target shooting, or just plinking? Maybe you want to do a trade-in. Scott City Guns have over 300 firearms and 60 different brands, accessories, ammunition, and target needs. Check them out on the web at ScottCityGuns.com or stop by West Highway 96, Scott City, Kansas. Ask about a layaway, special orders, and trade-ins. Buy from someone you can trust. Scott City Guns.
Great Western Tire is happy to be a part of the Scott City community. They have what you need when it comes to oil, fuel, or tires. Great Western Tire is your source for BF Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly, Michelin, and Titan tires, with service trucks for on-the-farm pit stops. They're also your headquarters for 24-hour fuel. Take advantage of their card-troll gas, diesel, and off-road fuel to go along with offering bulk fuel delivery. Don't forget to bring your vehicle in for an oil change or alignment. Great Western Tire, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, Saturdays, 8 to 1. Visit their locations at Colby, Oakley, and Scott City.
The
Scott Cooperative Association is proud to serve our members with 8 convenient elevator locations, a full-service petroleum department with 2 service stations, 5 automated cart trolls and bulk oil and fuel delivery, and a full-service crop production department to serve all of your needs, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Contact the Scott Co-op and visit with our knowledgeable staff about how we can help in your farming operation.
Sports have this amazing way of making a positive impact in our community, whether it's helping children, boosting local economies, or creating role models. That's our goal at American Implement, too. We believe in being a part of the communities we serve by just being a good neighbor. Thanks for being ours.
Western State Bank, Backyard Blooms and Garden Center, LLC, Spray Foamit, LLC, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services,
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
Those totes and 117 yards, including the 64-yarder on the first offensive play for Scott City. Camden Vogelmore has 10 for 80. 37 yards on 4 for Kevin Wiebe. Kelton Cook 3 for 15. Pierce Vallejo 3 for 9 and 2 scores. Camden Vogelmore 2 for 6 passing for 39 yards. A touchdown interception, a 30-yarder to Alex Trango and Kevin Wiebe with a 9-yarder. Scott City did have just 9 first and 10s. They had 1 punt, or make that 2 punts, 1 turnover, 2 of 4 on third downs, 1 for 1 on fourth downs, but 7 penalties. Only 1 accepted penalty in that second quarter for 50 yards. In the first half for Ulysses, they had 90 yards of offense total, -9. That included the high snap and the safety. But Joe Guardarama had 8 carries for 13 yards. Tice Perez had a couple of sacks. He is -11, -12 for Miranda, the punter. And then Ramirez had a carry for a yard. Tice Perez was 8 of 14 through the air, a touchdown and a pick, 99 yards. 88 went to Julian Mraz on 3 receptions score. He had the 80-yarder. And then 14 to Lavia, 5 for Preston Hill, and then 2 for -8 for Guardarama on the receptions. They had 3 first and 10s. They had no first downs in that second quarter. They had 4 turnovers all in that second quarter, and they were 0 for 7 on third down. They had 8 penalties for 53 yards in the first half. So a lot of wild stats across the board in that first half, but it's Scott City +3 in the turnovers here.
I think the best play was when I don't remember if it was a kickoff or whatever. Anyway, the ref threw their flags, then they threw their hats, and it was just we had 3 or 4 penalties on that one.
Yeah,
I think it was 3 penalties. That was pretty wild. That kind of typified what was going on in the first and second quarter.
The unsportsmanlike conduct there.
Yeah.
But that ended up being offsetting penalties. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll have scores across the league and across 3. And when we come back, 43-8 Scott City at the break. They'll get the football to begin the third quarter. This is Scott City football.
Furniture and Appliances Scott City continues adding new items. Not only have they added new small appliances from GE, they now have the comfortable Sealy memory foam pillow. Oh, and don't forget to check out their new home decor. Come in and see their top lines of furniture and appliance from La-Z Boy, Sealy, GE, and Speed Queen. Deckmart Furniture and Appliance has 2 floors of quality furniture and appliances for every room of your home. Stop and see what's arriving daily at Deckmart Furniture and Appliance on Main Street in downtown Scott City, where they service what they sell.
Buying a pre-owned vehicle can come with a lot of questions.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Red Barn Enterprises is proud to offer Maristem crop performance products, including Upshift C and Revline hopper throttle. These innovative products help reduce fertilizer waste and boost your crop's performance, ensuring healthier plants and better yields. Committed to our community, we proudly support Scott County Athletics. Choose Red Barn Enterprises and Maristem crop performance products to enhance your farm's efficiency.
To some halftime scores to get you ready for the second half.
I'm ready for these scores.
In the Gray West Activity Conference, 2 district games. Holcomb 21, Goodland 14. That was a halftime score a long time ago. 14-3 Colby over Hugoton at halftime. Of course, Hugoton comes to Darner Field next Friday night. Both those teams, by the way, 3-0 on the year. And then in the third quarter at Cimarron, it's Lakin 30, Cimarron 20. Much different score than the last matchup in Cimarron 2 years ago between those two teams when it was a safety. That was the only points of that ball game, 2-0 Lakin. Remember that?
I do not remember that.
Oh, yeah.
What was that, us or
no? That was Lakin and Cimarron.
Oh,
last time the two teams played there.
Oh my God! And was that the final?
Yep, that was the final.
2-0. Oh,
all
wow.
right. Other 3A scores: Clay Center over Chapman, 21-18. Holton over Perry Lecompton, 20-6. Pratt all over Chaparral, 42-3. Heston, 46. Nickerson, nothing. Cheney in a battle with Clearwater, 23-7. Hayden 14, Wamego 7. That's a non-district game. Iowa and Anderson County all deadlocked at 13. Rock Creek all over Abilene, I think it's 28-0. But Andale, it's a non-league game or non-district game. It is a league game, but it's 2 of the top 4 teams in the state in 3A. Andale having their way at home with Collegiate, 24-0, and then Wellsville over Baldwin, 21-0.
When you said Andale's having their way with Collegiate, I could think, oh, they're holding. They're having their way.
Well, there is a little truth to that as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Here it's 43-8. Scott City with a season high of points here in this first half. And they will have the football to begin the third quarter.
I hope they get about 10 more quick.
Yep. And we will have at least one day to return. Scott City getting ready to trot out on the field. This was a 36-27 game 3 years ago in week 1 right here on this field.
Didn't it rain or something?
It rained right in the warm-ups about an hour before kickoff, and everybody got soaked that was outside. We weren't outside, so we were okay.
I do remember everybody getting wet.
Then it dried out, the sun came out, and the rest was history.
I remember the time we came down here and it had a thunderstorm and it was hailing and lightning. Yep. They made everybody leave, and we sat here and just watched it.
Yeah, that was in 2011, and we had to come back on for a Saturday afternoon. That was a battle of 5-0 teams, and
yes.
Scott City would end up winning that one.
Yeah.
Well, they decided, well, you guys are on the wrong side of the field, so Scott City will defend the north end zone in this third quarter, and Ulysses will kick off from the left hash mark at the 40-yard line, and to tee it off will be Jesus Miranda. Peyton Bergner, Caden Couchman deep to return inside their own 5-yard line. So Scott City with the ball first to begin this third period. Turned out to be a pretty nice evening here in Ulysses. Here's the kick, and it's onto the ground, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 23. So Scott City will take over with good field position. This will be their first snap in their own territory since the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, this will give us great territory.
Yeah.
Field position.
That's 5 possessions in a row in that second quarter where Scott City had 3 touchdowns, an interception, and a missed field goal in there. And this ball will be marked at the 35. Scott City shy of 300 yards of offense in the first half with 258 on the ground. And, all right, here we go. They blow the 25s, or get the start of the 25-second game clock. Triangle splits to left. Man in motions, Couchman. Here's a left side carry for Kelton Cook. Rumbles across the 40. He'll gain 7 on first down to the 42. He was brought down by Striker Berglund. He's not very big. He's only 125 pounds, a freshman, but he's gotten his nose in there a lot tonight.
Yeah, they have a bunch of young kids playing, don't they, Adam?
Yes.
Some of these kids at linebacker and defensive back don't look too big.
2nd and 3, 42-yard line, opening seconds of the second half. 43-8 Scott City, man in motion up the middle. Here's Cook with the first down and more inside the 50, and powers his way inside the 45 of Ulysses, down to the 43-yard line. A 15-yard run for Cook on his 5th carry for 37 yards and a 1st and 10.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Just see us keep it on the ground. As soon as I say that kind of stuff, they'll throw a big long pass to Tarango and we'll score on next play. But I think they'll keep it on the ground.
43-yard line right hash mark in Ulysses territory. Counter left side. This is to Couchman. 40, turns it up, 35. Now weave his way around inside the 25, inside the 20. Oh, the ball is poked forward, and it's fallen on inside the 10-yard line, and Ulysses has it. Gosh darn, the second turnover of the night. And Scott City unable to get the touchdown on their opening series of the third quarter.
Oh, he made a nice run, and he was using a blocker out there and moving from one left to right around the blocker, and then somebody must have punched the ball out on him. I mean, the ball squirted like 10 yards downfield from where he was, it seemed like. And, there were just too many Tigers there. We had one Beaver get in the area, but what was all that noise?
I have no idea. But 2nd and 11, but shaking the stands and making it loud underneath here. 10.5 to go third quarter. 43-8 your score. Shotgun set up with 3 receivers set, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Back to passes Perez. He's looking right, a deep pattern, and it's almost intercepted. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, I thought we were going to intercept that one.
Tarango just couldn't quite. He needed about another half-inch of his arm out there, and he would have reeled in a pick.
Yeah, it'd have been a one-handed catch. He got one hand on it, but he couldn't pull it in.
It's 3rd and 11. Ulysses 0 for 6 on third downs tonight, trailing 43-8 early second half. Ball is at their own 6. I think that's going to get taken care of here pretty soon. The playing of the bleachers below us.
I got to get over here.
3rd down and long. Here is Perez back to pass the blitz. It's deflected and incomplete. Good job that time and coverage by, who was that? That was
13.
Kevin Wiebe with the deflection of the intended receiver. That was Austin Leyva, and that is a 3 and out for the Scott City defense deep in their own territory.
Okay. Ulysses will be in the end. Their punter will be in the end zone.
Yeah, this is the 2nd time he'll be punting from his own end zone tonight. That'll be Jesus Miranda. He has punted, let's see, 4 times tonight. Yep, 5 times. This is a bad snap. The kick is almost blocked. It's an end-over and kick. It's a low one. Get on that Tarango. He muffs it, and Ulysses has it at the 40.
Oh,
3 turnovers, 2 in a row for Scott City to begin this third quarter, and that's how you get out of a hole if you're the Tigers.
I don't know how that kid got that punt out of the end zone. Ball was at the ground. He had to pick it up. We had great penetration.
Scott City, I would say they've been more their own worst enemy than what Ulysses has forced on Scott City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
40-yard line for the Tigers after the fumble, and Scott City with 3 turnovers tonight. They're only +1 out of this. So subs in for the Beavers on 1st and 10. Mickey Gosman in there. Here's a carry for a loss. That time the ball carrier was striker Berglund. He loses a bunch on that play, and I believe that was Wheeler Vallejo on the tackle. It was Vallejo.
Oh, we had people. I mean, they must have blitzed all the linebackers. I mean, it was like Beaver Blue in the backfield. It was great for Scott City, though.
We have at free safety Drew Metzger. 2nd down, 13, 37-yard line, middle of the field, 9:40 in the third, 43-8 for Scott City. They handoff up the middle, and this is swallowed up immediately by Vallejo again. Ball carrier. Time. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say Vallejo was right. He's in the middle linebacker position. He saw where it was coming. He went directly up into the hole. Met that running back right at the line of scrimmage.
I think that might have been Ramirez once again on that carry. His 2nd carry for 1 yard. 3rd down. Scott City trying to get off the field on defense again. A high snap. This is a different quarterback. They'll swing it out right. It's incomplete. By the way, the quarterback, and there is Caden Ledesma. He's a 145-pound sophomore, and that's a 3 and out. Or correction, that is, I believe that's 18. It's hard to see. The orange number looks like maybe 16.
Where's he
18.
at?
He's coming off the side. It's 18. I was right. So both teams subbing in some second-teamers in here.
Yeah, it was 18.
4th down with 8:59 to go, 3rd quarter, and Miranda will get another punt off here. He punted about a 33-yarder his last time up. And Tarango deep to return. High snap. Oh, he fumbles the snap. And he is going to be tackled inside the 30 as the Colony of Beavers bring him down at the 28-yard line. That is going to be a loss of about 10 on the play. And it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they've had issues with that punt team all night long.
So Scott City will have the ball at the Ulysses 27-yard line, 1st and 10, up 43-8, a little over 3 minutes into this second half. Scott City, since the end of the first quarter, has snapped it just 2 times in their own territory. They have 27 unanswered, but have 3 turnovers. In the 2nd and 3rd quarters combined, Ulysses has 4. Rumford will be split to the left, Tarango to the right. Also Catchman, a slot receiver right. Cook, the running back to left, it'll be Volgamore on the jet sweep this time. This is Cashman. How's the outside? 20. Inside the 20, he'll be in the Lewis Automotive red zone, tackled by Berglund right at the sticks at the 17 for 10 more. He continues his career night rushing. 158 yards on 11 carries. And a 1st and 10. Or nope, they didn't give him the 1st down. Boy, I thought he was right at the 1st down.
Yeah, but he didn't give it to him.
The official, I guess, had the better view. 2nd down, and we'll call it 1. This is Cook. He'll have the 1st down and more. Lowers his shoulder. 1st and goal coming up at the 9-yard line.
Man, do that 3 more times. Let's get it in the end zone.
So he gets about 10 to the 8, they'll say. 1st and goal at the 9, or 8, excuse me.
Man, we're going to have a lot of yards tonight.
Yep.
I mean, we're really racking them up now here in this 3rd quarter.
8 minutes here in the 3rd, 43-8 your score. Scott City came into tonight -4 in the turnover department. They're now sitting at -3. They're just +1 tonight. Half diamond formation. Up the middle to Wiebe inside the 5. And touchdown. Scott City 49-8 with 7:46 to go 3rd quarter on an 8-yard run for Kevin Wiebe.
Yep, went to the left of our line of scrimmage, left of the center, and just Wiebe wasn't hit until at the goal line. And he busted right in.
And we'll see Scott City attempt the extra point. Junior Mesa, who had his extra point blocked earlier, will try it again, try to get his 1st point in varsity this year. High snap, but placement down, kick is up, and it is good. Make that 50-8. 7:46 to go here in period 3. The Beavers to kick off in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
Days are here on the 2024 Ram trucks at Loft Motors. Everyone needs a tough and reliable truck, and you won't find a larger or better dealership in all of Western Kansas to provide you with the best care and service during and after your purchase. Stop in and speak with Jesus, David, or Jeff, and let them get you in an award-winning Ram truck today. Loft Motors, your largest Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram truck dealer in all of Western Kansas, and located under the Great American flag in Dodge City.
Football Tonight here is presented here. Let's see, DeKalb Bayer, also Clint's Diesel Repair, Circle C Farms, Shells Flowers and More, Burning Farms, Beef Belt, Beavertown FFL, Bartlett Grain, B&H Paving, American Implement, and Ag Management Services. Well, for Ulysses, they had a bobbled snap on the punt, tackled at their 27. Scott City goes 4 plays and make that 3 plays, 27 yards, and take less than a minute off. And for the second time this year, Kevin Wiebe finds the end zone first since week 1. And Junior Mesa gets his first point of the year as he knocks home the extra point. And Scott City hits 50 for the first time this year. This will be the Tigers' third offensive series coming up here in this second half. Scott City is also on defense anyway. They've been mixing some 1s and 2s in. The kick is deep, returned by Birkeland. He'll take it across the 10. Now bounces it right side, 15 across the 20, 25, still loose. He is a shifty little Tiger as he takes it across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Wow, he was hit by a couple of guys way back there, and then he got out of that, and then he was hit by some more, got out of that. Wow.
They'll mark this all the way to the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. As I mentioned, Mickey Gosman's in there. Baylor Vasquez is in there. Jack Leitner getting some play at the secondary. Also, I believe that's also Adrian Garcia at another corner. 1st and 10, 33-yard line right hash mark. A different quarterback in for the Tigers. That is Caden Ledesma, the sophomore. He'll send a man in motion, and we got movement on the right side. Also in motion that time, that was Edgar Porras, a junior, and that's going to be a penalty on the Tigers, their 9th penalty for 58 yards. So a lot of 1s and 2s here in the game for both sides.
Yeah, they had a running back that was in motion, and they had another kid that tried to move too. So
1st and 15 for Ulysses. Ball thrown 28 right hash mark. Moving to the north here in this third period. A high snap. Birkeland looks right. Pass is going to be caught.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be enough for a first down to the 43-yard line. The pass complete to striker Berglund. We've called his name quite a bit.
Well, this the new quarterback, Ledesma, that was a nice thrown ball.
They'll say he'll be a yard shy of the first down at the 42, 2nd and a yard.
He is a 5'8", 145-pound sophomore quarterback for Tigers.
So 2nd down coming up here in a yard for Ulysses. 3 receivers set. This will be a draw play for Berglund. Spins through 1 tackle, and he's going to be stopped short by Vallejo, and also in there Kevin Wiebe. No gain on the play for Birkeland. And 3rd and 1 coming up for Ulysses. With 6:55 here in the third quarter.
Where the ball is, you would think that with being down 50-8, Ulysses had probably 2 opportunities here, is my thought.
Try to get some more of those. Mace in there as well. Mentioned him earlier. Wheeler getting some activity. Let's see, K. John in there as well. For Scott City, the Tigers 0 for 9 on 3rd down. But this one is manageable. 3rd and 1, and it goes up the middle of Vallejo, but it's going to be right at the first down sticks for Birkeland. And that's going to be their first 3rd down conversion of the night. So 1st and 10, 43-yard line. This is a good time to kind of rest some of those starters, get ready for district play next week.
Yeah, I agree.
The damage has been done.
That's for sure.
And time to build some depth as well. You have Brendan Cook also in there in the secondary. 1st and 10, 43-yard line. Halfway mark of this third quarter. Birkeland with the carry goes right side, and he's going to be swallowed up for a loss. Back at the 40-yard line. In there was K. John, Junior Mesa with the stop. A loss of about 3 on the play. Ulysses still in negative yards tonight rushing the football.
Wow. How negative? Just a rough.
Let's see. Negative 19, about negative 20.
Wow.
2nd and 13, 40-yard line, right hash mark. 5:20 here in the third, fifth play of the drive for Ulysses. Back to passes. Berglund looks right side, and it's going to be overthrown and incomplete. Tried to hit the intended receiver down the field. Jorge Aguilar, the 185-pound junior, 3rd down and 13.
That was a nice thrown ball.
It was.
There were 4 defenders around the receiver, though. Or was it 3 for sure?
Yeah.
I might have been counting the Ulysses kid, too.
3rd down and long coming up. This is the longest sustained drive tonight for the Tigers at 6 plays. At their own 40-yard line. Back to pass. Berglund looking left. Oh, he's got a man downfield. It's going to be underthrown. Oh, incomplete. As that time, Brendan Cook tried to jump up for the ball, but then it almost was into the hands
of the Tiger.
Yeah, that's right. That was Harley Davidson. The best name of the night.
Are you serious?
Yes, his name is Harley Davidson. He couldn't quite catch the leather there for the first down at the Beaver 40-yard line.
Oh, my
and a punt
gosh.
situation coming up. Well, sorry.
What's his name?
It is Harley Davidson.
What's his number on it?
25.
God, I cannot believe that. Oh, look at this ball.
Bobbled snap and the kick. Oh, Miranda just, get out of the way. If you're Scott City,
hits.
get on that ball, and we're going to fight for it at the 40-yard line. It's going to be Scott City football. By a wrestle that time. Oh, it was just kind of, it almost worked for Miranda again.
I am telling you what, punts have been exciting. When Ulysses is punting, it's been an exciting thing. We've had a safety. We've had a muff. We've lost the football. I don't know.
40-yard line, right hash mark, 1st and 10. Metzger now in at quarterback for Scott City. Wheeler the wing to the right. John the tight end the right side. Wheeler motion. That almost could have been a legal shift up. There it is.
Yeah.
They heard me.
Yeah. He had to think about that just for a moment.
And it's going to bring up 1st and 15. And these guys are like, well, we're going to get a preview of Monday Night Football in Scott City.
Correct. JV game. And it's in Scott City.
That's correct.
It will start at 5 o'clock.
Yep. 1st and 15 here. It'll be Aiden Trango, the freshman, split to the right. Wheeler and also Trey Idle in there. Here's a Wheeler carry to the left side. Turns it upfield. 40, 45 down the middle of the field. 50. Oh, he got tripped up by Berglund to save a touchdown at the 39 of Ulysses. Oh, he about took it to the house.
He about did. He got out there and he was kind of, he was moving pretty good, following a blocker, and then all of a sudden he saw daylight and just like shot out of a cannon.
Just his 2nd carry of the year. This one for plus 26. And a fresh set of downs for the Scott City squad here at the 39 of Ulysses. With 4.5 to go, 3rd quarter, 50-8 is your score. And here's Vallejo on the carry. And we do have a flag on the far side. I was going to say his touchdown ratio is winding down, but that one won't count. It'd be an illegal shift on Scott City.
Well, we've continued that flag getting all night long, haven't we?
9th penalty.
My goodness.
But it'll bring up 1st and 15 at the 44 of Ulysses. Scott City's technically only had 3 snaps in their own territory since the 1st quarter.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy.
And
it's how you win football games, though.
Yep.
Field position, short field, and score points.
All right, man in motion up the middle for Vallejo. Breaks through there and gets about to where he got tackled the first time around as he gets 10 more on 1st down. Inside the 35 to the 34, setting up 2nd and 5. That's going to hurt his touchdowns per carry.
That's okay. He'd rather have the rock a little bit more.
It's his second game back. He had a little early season or an off-season injury there, and now he's kind of back to feeling better, getting going. 2nd and 5, 34 of Ulysses with under 3.5 to go third quarter. Wheeler around the left side. He'll get the first down as he turns it upfield, and he'll be escorted out of bounds inside the 30. All right, it's going to be spotted maybe at the 26 for a gain of 8.
You know, it's a wing back in motion, and he gets the ball early.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still would like to see a wide receiver, you know, and a jet sweep, and they flip the ball to him, you know, where you're going just full blast immediately, get the ball, and that's what it kind of looks like, is a jet sweep.
30, or make that 26-yard line, Ulysses left hash mark, 3:27, clock stop, third quarter. First down carry. This is Trey Idle's first varsity carry. Nice run. Follows his lead blocker. 20, 15, still going inside the 10, and it's first and goal at the 9. Nice 18-yarder for the sophomore Trey Idle. 5'8", 131 pounds.
He did really well there. And instead of just taking it to the sideline, he cut it back. That was nice. Nice cut up field.
Well, we got to introduce our lineman, too. We got Mickey Gosman, who's converted from a tight end to a lineman. He's at right tackle. We'll get to some of those here a little bit later on. First and goal at the 9. Oh, this is a carry for Vallejo. Inside the 5-2-1 touchdown. And the running clock is on with 2:54 to go third quarter. They're going to say did they count a touchdown? Yes, 56-8.
What are we...
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Kick the extra point here.
Yeah, the first team, extra point team is coming on the field. I'm going, what's going on? Yeah.
So that's a third rushing touchdown of the night for Pierce Vallejo. This one from 9 yards out. And the extra point for Junior Mesa. Good snap, place down kick. It is knocked through, yes, 57-8. With 2:54 to go, third quarter. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football.
At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
Scott City has added 14 more third quarter points. They are at 57 here with 2:54 to go third quarter. After that 5-play, 60-yard drive, taking 2:04 off the clock, and with 2:54 to go here in the third quarter, it is 57-8 for Scott City. They have scored 41 unanswered. After Ulysses had pulled to within 8 in the middle of the first, seems like maybe further back in 2022. Feels like when they pulled to within 8. It's been a long game.
It has been a long game.
Mesa's kick is angled left this time. This is a live ball, and it's picked up, though, by the Tigers. They'll take it across the 20, 25, 30. 35 right side. Here's Striker Berglund across the 40. And he is going to be one to watch down the few years.
Yeah, not very big, but he's very fast.
He's kind of like their Mighty Mouse version as he takes it across the 45 to the 48-yard line. Mesa has to get a new foot or shoe. He uses a kicking shoe. It's that flat-toed shoe that he kicks off with and kicks extra points with, and so they give him a tire change here late third quarter.
Okay.
And the ball will be marked near midfield at their own 49 for the Tigers, 1st and 10. As back at quarterback is the backup, the sophomore Caden Ledesma. And handoff goes left side to Berglund. He's going backwards. He breaks through a tackle, squirts into Scott City territory on a gain of about 3 when it looked like he was going to lose a couple. In there on the tackle, Jack Leitner, the senior and the junior Pierce Vallejo.
Awesome. It's great to have these young kids get to play some varsity action under the lights.
Yeah, Leitner last year, of course, as a junior, he snuck into state 4th place in triple jump last year on his last jump in the finals. He went from 5th to 4th and knocked somebody out as a junior. That was pretty cool, and he had the biggest smile on his face there. 2nd and 7, Beaver 48 for the Tigers. Birkeland goes to the middle of the field. Pass is caught for a first down. Across the 30 and knocked down at the 28-yard line goes the receiver. That is Jorge Aguilar. A nice 22-yard gain to the 27-yard line.
Clock is not running. They stopped it because of a 1st and 10, so we don't have a running clock yet. I'm thinking it must be 4th quarter only.
It must be. 27 of Scott City. Final minute 48 of this third stanza. It's 57-8 for Scott City. Long count here. 20 to snap it. Back to pass. Berglund swings it out left. Here is... That's going to be a blindside block on Ulysses, and another late flag comes out as Birkeland took it inside the 20 near the first down, but that's going to be all for naught.
Yeah, that you have to lead with your hands on those kind of deals. You can no longer lead with your shoulder.
It was a nice block, but you got to stay in front, and the crackback block is going to be a 15-yarder. Well, they're going to talk this over here. It's a long conversation, but there's 2 flags on the field.
Well, there may be two penalties, maybe.
All right, here's the initial ruling. Personal foul, blindside block on Ulysses.
Okay.
The Tiger fans yell out their displeasure.
Now they're going to spot it. They're going to mark the penalty from where the play ended.
It's a 15-yard penalty to bring up 1st and long. And they'll mark this at the 33-yard line. So it ended up being about a 9-yard pass play. And then to bring up 1st and long. Handoff to Birkeland, left side. He loses a bunch on that play. Griffin Edwards in there. Pierce Vallejo. And also Junior Mesa stop him for a big loss on the play to the 37. That is -4. 2nd and almost Lakin to go here late 3rd quarter.
No, Lakin to go. I loved that hamburger at supper.
Yeah. 37 of Scott City for Ulysses. They have to get it to the 17. So 2nd and 20. Trips, bunch over to the left side, tight end right side, back to passes. Birkeland, a little confusion there. He slips and he throws, but the pass is complete, and it's going to be spun forward for a gain to the 30-yard line that time. On the tackle, that looked like that was Boston Loudon. It's an 8-yard or 7-yard pass play.
Ledesma, the quarterback for the Ulysses Tigers, he was under great pressure. He really got drilled, too. I cannot believe he stood right there and completed that pass.
I'm with you there. The Tigers are 1 of 11 on 3rd down. They have a baker's dozen to go at the Scott City 30. Under 20 to go 3rd quarter. Back to pass and now throws it up for grabs. It's going to be, almost picked up. Brendan Leitner, or Brendan Cook, excuse me. Brendan Cook, Jack Leitner, I was looking 82 and 83. Brendan Cook almost had another pick, and it's 4th and 13.
Oh, he had it. It was... Jumped up there, both hands on it. Must have taken his eye off of it. I mean, it was a duck throw. It wasn't like a rocket coming at him.
4th and 13. Ulysses technically 0 for 2 on 4th down. They tackle in the end zone and then a bad bobble on the snap and punt and tackle. So they're technically 0 for 2 on 4th down. Quick pass down the seam and incomplete. That one falls harmlessly to the turf, and the second teamers get another turnover on downs.
Okay, 12 seconds to go in this quarter. That's good news.
That's what I say. 12. We'll have 1 play left in this 3rd quarter. Scott City will have it at their own 30, leading this one 57-8. The most points they have scored on Ulysses since their 53-7 thrashing of the Tigers. That was back in 2016. They've won 8 in a row in this series. The last win came on this date 11 years ago, 25-6 over Scott City. John and another receiver, that's Trango, splits the left. That's Aiden Trango. And Metzger on 1st down will swing it out to Trango. He has a block, turns it upfield, 35, gets it outside across the 40. The freshman still rumbling down the sideline. They'll mark him down at the 46. 647-yard line with 1.2 to go, make it the 48.
Hey, we got somebody to replace Big Brother here someday.
Oh,
what a move.
Yes.
And then he did a 360 at the end of that to pick up a few more. Awesome.
Well, that stops the clock with 1.8 to go here in this third stanza. And we get Martin Perma into the game for the first time.
Well, he's going to get the ball.
You think?
Yeah, I think they're going to hand it to him.
You're right. And he has a nice carry, 50, 45, near another first down to the 42 of Ulysses as the third quarter has come to an end. Scott City out of this adds 14 more. They lead 57-8 to head of the fourth quarter. Back in a minute. This is Scott City football.
Your shopping destination in Southwest Kansas welcomes you to the Wimmy-Diddle. Giftologist in Scott City invites you to shop their Wimmy-Diddle specials on Saturday, September 28th in downtown Scott City. Come by from 9 to 3 and take advantage of all great deals throughout the day. Giftologist.
BBN is brought to you by Lone Tree Farms, J&R, Nextech Wireless, Pioneer Communications, SNT, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank.
Was back in 1982. That was back in the Uncle Rico days.
1882?
1982, when he could throw it over the mountains.
Oh, my God.
1st and 10 for the Beavers. Drew Metzger in at quarterback. He's played there most of the second half. He'll run on the option, keeper right side, and he'll take it to the 40 for 2. First play of the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 8. So Scott City with a 49-point lead, 30 seconds into this fourth quarter. Ulysses subbing in and out some players at left tackle. That's going to be Max Depperschmidt. He's a freshman. Over the ball is a sophomore, Brent Powson. Man in motion's idle. Play fake for Metzger on 2nd down. He's going to look down the field. Garcia, no, incomplete. They decide not to call interference on that. And the clock will be running in the fourth quarter. It's 3rd down and 8.
Okay. 1982.
Yep,
Scott City won 60-13.
There you go.
Is that what you have?
Yep.
Okay. Got my history book here.
3rd down and 8. 40-yard line of Ulysses. Scott City just 2 of 4 on 3rd downs. Metzger, they're going to run the same play to Tarango. Sides by 1, and he's got, he had room on the outside, but striker Berglund says no and limits that to just a 5-yard gain to the 35.
Oh, he should have kept running to the outside. I think he's quicker, faster than Berglund.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and about 3 here. Adrian Garcia to bring in the play. We'll try to get those guards in there for Scott City. See one of them. It's Brody Rios. He is a freshman at left guard. All right, 4th and 3. Coming up here, 10 minutes to go. It's a continuous clock here in this fourth quarter. Oh, a high snap. Fumble. Ulysses has it.
Unbelievable.
And that's a turnover.
How many we got tonight?
4 now.
Gee, many Christmas. Well, there's things to work on in the game of football. There's never a perfect football game. Never. Nobody's ever played a perfect football game. Except K-State beating Oklahoma State 48-0. What, a year ago? 2 years ago?
2 years ago. We could take that tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
So Ulysses will have their first chance at it here in the fourth quarter. 9:25 to go with 2 receivers set to the left. They've had most of their second team in there in this second half. Hand off Birkland. He'll go left side, and he's going the wrong way. John, they're trying to strip that ball out of there. John leads the charge. Matthew Wheeler in there. A loss on the play of about 5. He's going the wrong way there. And the quarterback is Caden Ledesma.
Well, my prediction of the game ending at 10:15 isn't going to happen now that we have a running clock.
And it's a Great West Activity Conference rule, by the way, at 45 points.
In the fourth quarter.
Yep. 2nd and 15, 34-yard line. Play fake, middle of the field, pass incomplete. Trying to get the intended receiver that time, Devin Devora, 3rd down and 15. Scott City will get Hugoton at home next Friday night. It'll be homecoming. Also district opener, more importantly. We haven't had an update since the first half. It was 14-3 Colby over Hugoton.
Are you telling me district play is more important than homecoming?
To some. High pass, picked off.
Oh, yeah.
We got an Oski here. And this is Brody Rios, I believe, with it inside the 30 and the 5th Tiger turnover. It is the freshman, Brody Rios, in coverage on 3rd down. Scott City forces their 5th turnover of the night with 7:48 to go.
Rios, as he, after he intercepted it, after he was tackled, he got up and he started toward the sideline. Oh, and then he turned around and tried to flip it over to the ref and didn't get to the ref. So he went after it. He was going to pick it up and hand it to the ref. Ulysses Tiger beat him. That's awesome. That shows what kind of kid he is.
Good sportsmanship there.
Yes, good kid.
All right. Cooper Irvin makes his debut at quarterback on the varsity, and he's going to be back to pass on 1st down. And, it doesn't go well as it's a sack that time. Striker Berglund, one of the ones left in this game, the first teamer in there, a big loss of 10 on the play, and a little baptism by fire for varsity for Irvin, the freshman quarterback, who stands at 5'8", 132 pounds.
Oh, yeah. That goes on.
That it does.
There has to be an initiation at some point into varsity football on Friday night.
2nd and 20, 35-yard line of Ulysses. Irvin hands it off. Here's a carry up the middle for Wheeler. He'll gain about 4 to the 31-yard line. He has 3 carries and 38 yards, but 3rd and long here with 6.5 to go. This might end up being one of the widest margins of victory here for Scott City against Ulysses. It was 47 points. We're right now at 49, halfway through this 4th quarter. 3rd and 11 coming up. Pistol wing tee, receiver to the right. Oh, a high snap that time, and Irvin's going to have to fall on it. And a late flag. After he fell on it back at the 43-yard line. That'll be 15. Again, a personal foul against Ulysses.
Yeah.
That was the right call, but
I don't know. I mean, I thought Irvin fumbled the ball as he fell on it and rolled over. Maybe not. We're a long way away from the field. And I don't have my binoculars on it. So
some fans still in it.
Yeah.
In the 4th quarter.
Yeah, we can hear them.
And is it going to be a dead ball foul? I would think it would be. But they're going to mark this at the 27-yard line. It should be 4th down and 12. Let's see. Nope, 3rd down and 12. They're saying it's during the play. 3rd and 12. So we'll replay 3rd down again. Oh, a bad snap again, and Irvin has to fall on that. There is a different center in there, I believe. We'll try to get that here in a little bit, but 4th down and long. Poor Cooper going the wrong way here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he's learning a lot. Remember, this is a classroom.
Yep. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of learning that goes on out on the football field.
4th and 15.
At practice, on the sideline. I mean, it's always a teaching moment.
It is. Got Jackson Fisher in there as well. 4th and 15, 30-yard line with 4.5 to go. Oh, we got encroachment. So to bring up 4th and 10. By the way, the center, that is Gavin Volgamore, the 5'6", 133-pound freshman. And it's going to bring up 4th and 10.
This is definitely the game that we're going to watch on Monday, 5 o'clock.
4th and 10. Well, they're going to go back to the huddle. They got to practice that as well. They got plenty of time with 4:07 ago. The play clocks have gotten stuck.
Well, this one's working. 19. 18.
Okay, the north end zone is not working.
Well, we were moving. Yeah.
All right. Well, all that does is run more time off the clock.
But yeah, without no plays going on, because we're in the running clock, so there's nothing going to stop.
Okay, now they got the north play clock reset, and it's back on. I was talking with Coach Albert the other day, and his freshman quarterback, when they went to Holcomb. Holcomb does not have play clocks at their field, and it was a little confusing for him early on there, but he adjusted well, he said.
Oh, yeah. That'd be tough in today's world. You'd go to have them like we got play clocks here, and then you go somewhere and you don't have them.
Here's an idle carry on 4th and 15. Oh, a flag comes out, and another flag comes out. That might have been a face mask at the end of that one inside the 15, but there was a flag of holding at the 26-yard line. That was a nice run of about 16 for idle, but we got multiple flags all over the field. Holding Scott City. Is that the, what about the one?
I think they were all throwing them at the same thing.
Okay. So,
they were just late on them.
All right.
Oh, he threw one. I guess I better throw mine.
Yeah. Holding Scott City. That'll back him up 10 yard or a few more yards. 11th penalty for the Beavers. It ends up being a 75 yards. Ends up being a 6-yard carry for idle. And then the 10-yard penalty.
This series feels like it's been for 15 plays, and we haven't gone anywhere.
It's 4th down and 19, and a low snap and back to pass. Here's Irvin rolling to his left. Under pressure. Oh, he's going to try to tuck it up. Oh, look downfield. He's going to chuck it up. A wide open left side is Wheeler. He'll make the catch. Spin around across the 20. Oh, stay in bounds. Oh, he ran out of bounds at the 19-yard or 21-yard line. Oh, he just ran out of room on the left side. But it's going to be a turnover on downs.
What an exciting play. Irvin doing all that escaping back there, and then he throws the ball to Wheeler over here on the – Irvin's clear over on the east side, and he throws it to Wheeler over on the west side. He's all by himself.
That burned about 6 minutes of game time.
Sure did. Clock's still going.
90 seconds to go.
Oh.
Own 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Back to pass. Plenty of time, goes to the middle of the field. Weaving around and incomplete.
Well, they'll get to do that again.
At that time, it was Ledesma looking for his intended receiver that time. Edgar Porras, 2nd and 10, 1:15 to go, and everybody wants a football on the Ulysses sideline here.
At first, I was going, what is all this screaming, yelling going on here? Now I see it. But they've let a lot of people have left.
Well, quite a few still in attendance. Final minute of this one. 2nd and 10, own 21 for Ulysses. Down 57-8, under a minute to go. Pump fake, looking downfield, goes right side, pass is caught, 1st down to the 39-yard line. The pass is complete to Victor Cruz, a junior, for a gain of 18. They have over 160 yards through the air, 162 to be exact, and they're 6th, 1st, and 10 of the night. 24 seconds to go. 39-yard line after that 18-yard. Here is Ledesma, back to pass. It's going to be, this time, Brendan Cook. He gets the pick. 50, 45, and he's waylaid at the 43-yard line of Ulysses. That was inbounds, and that's going to run out the clock.
Oh, awesome.
Scott City forces 6 turnovers tonight, and this game is over. Scott City wins at 57-8 to go to 3-1 on the year. Their largest margin of defeat in modern-day history for Scott City over Ulysses as Ulysses falls to 0-4 on the year. It's nothing but districts next week for the Beavers as they'll host Hugon. Post-game coverage again in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver football.
Oh.
Need to make a change? Get the latest